All right, we are back to our story. Gears of Vengeance in this case. Let's see. It's been a couple weeks, and last time we only had sort of a shortened session just because of a few things outside the game. But it became the first of Bazet. I cannot speak French, so I'm just going to say Bazet. Baser, I think is actually what it is. And that brought forth the high holy day of lights receding. That meant that Sealgair had to be in church, and Artemis as well. And they both went and watched the ceremony of the lighting of the receding crystals, the lights receding crystals, which is basically a series of crystals around the temple hall, main church hall, that get lit up as the light from this particular day hits some special magical thing that's been set up above the church and directs it into a big crystal on the altar, which then lights all these other crystals, and they will stay lit until lights ascending, which will happen in a few months. After that, however, Sealgair was she was summoned to a meeting where she met Cardinal what's her name? Miss Vizienne, a short woman with platinum blonde hair, and a very, very piercing gaze. Cardinal Vizienne asked for an oral report, which was given by Sealgair, who tried to omit some things, or at least talk around some things, but clearly Vizienne was onto that and asked probing questions to gain some information. After that, she then mentioned that there was some heretics that needed to be resolved, that needed to be brought low, and that Sealgair should go investigate some reports of some strange lights at a ruined tower north of the city. Coming out of that meeting, she and Artemis headed back to the flat, where Silva was still kind of working on the Ethereum stuff. Met up with Morgoth and Andal, and they started trying to figure out what to do next. In this case, they decided that Sealgair's mission was kind of more the immediate threat to try to get Vizienne off her back. So they started trying to figure out where this ruined tower might be. And they spoke with a gentleman at the Rusty Dragon Tavern, an older man who had spoken with some kid about some lights about a month ago. He didn't exactly remember where those were, but he was going to try to find the kid and bring him to the tavern later that evening. And that is actually where we stopped, because, like I said, it was rather shortened thing. I do know that. So at this point in time, it's midday. And I know as we sort of ended the last session, Artemis wanted to kind of start looking around to see if he could figure out how to deal with the alchemist stuff. Silva is still researching the Ethereum. Andal and Morgoth are kind of up in the air at this point. And Sealgair, you have at least a few hours, you think, until this guy brings his kid back. So let us begin our story for the day. What do you guys want to do? Not everyone at once. Wow.
Yeah, I think Kat's talking. She's on mute.
Have we had another long rest at this point?
Not since last session.
Or is it still same day? Okay.
Yeah, it's still the same day. It's only been it's only been literally 45 minutes since you left.
Okay.
Since the finishing of the ceremony, actually. So it really hasn't been that long.
So is there anybody around that we could talk to also while we're waiting for the kid?
Well, there's, like I said, this was there was only the one old guy in there. You talked to him.
Yeah.
He said he would go find the kid and to meet him back at the inn or at the tavern later that evening. So we can fast forward to that. That's fine. I'm just asking if there's anything else you guys want to do in the meantime.
I can't think of anything. Can you guys?
No, I'm gonna wait and do the alchemist stuff once I do some more background and figure that out.
Okay.
I want to go scout out the
guild
tavern
work.
and just
I
kind
will
of get a nice.
tell you, Artemis, you have just through a little bit of looking around into that, found that the guild is actually called the Hammer and Vial. It is both,
Oh, good name.
It is a Artificer and Alchemist guild. So it's not just one. And that's kind of where you're at this point. You know that there's a guild hall. You've learned that as well. And it's just a matter of trying to get somebody to tell you exactly where that is. You know it's somewhere in the trades and either somewhere near the forges, or you're not 100% sure, but somebody can probably direct you to it when you're what you need to do. So,
Okay, I probably ask Fizzy guy again too.
Yeah.
Assuming he's wants to pay attention to that type of thing.
Well, remember the last time you talked to him, he said that he hadn't been to a guild meeting in quite some time.
Okay, that's right.
Not that he wasn't paying his membership dues, just that he hasn't been there in a while. All right, then we can fast forward to, unless Silva or Andal or Morgoth want to do anything.
I didn't have anything in mind.
Silva, what did you say?
What is Silva found out about the Ethereum?
Well, have Silva give me an Arcana check or investigation check, your choice.
Okay. You said Arcana or investigation?
Yep. These are your options. What did you got? 18. You have determined that for you to figure out more stuff, here it is. Kitten has been pulling on stuff and a thing that would allow me to turn off my speakers. You have found that you are going to need some specialized equipment to try to figure out more than what's going on. You can see that there is something going on there. There is some kind of reaction or something happening, but you're going to need something more that's going to be able to aid your eyes to deal with it. So something like a jeweler's magnifier, or actually something more powerful than that, actually, and probably some chemicals of some sort to kind of, try to do some tests and things like that. So that is currently your current spot with this thing. You figure you can figure something out. It's just going to require some equipment that you currently do not have. If you wish to try to get some of that stuff, it's going to cost money, and it's going to probably take a week or two to get it all together. Because you'll have to make things. This does not mean a week or two of solid, 8 hours a day. This is just over the course of 2 weeks. It'll take some time. Like the first several days are going to take some time just to get the equipment.
Right. So
just to get the stuff to put the equipment together. Sorry.
We're not doing anything. We're not doing anything pressing, right?
No, you're not. Well, Sealgair had come in and explained that she was given a mission to go to root out some heretics, and that she's concerned that the new cardinal suspects something and might be a bit more of an issue than the previous one was.
Right.
So you might want to help that out, but other than that, no, there's nothing pressing.
Well, until they want to make a move, I guess I'm just going to work on this. So.
Okay, that's fine. So you start heading out to go find some of the parts you need to make some of this stuff. All right, then we will fast forward to later that evening. All right, so you guys show up at the Rusty Dragon Tavern maybe a couple hours before dusk, and heading inside. There's a few more people than there was before. The same bartender is behind the thing. He kind of nods at you guys as you've been here twice today. He's starting to figure out who you are. At this point in time, you've learned that his name is Bjorn. Baby Bjorn. No, just Bjorn. And he doesn't own the place. He just is the bartender. You guys have a seat, get a drink or two, and then wait. And about 30 minutes later, the older guy that had been in here earlier comes in with a redheaded kid. Well, kid is probably not the right word. Maybe about 14-year-old. So definitely older than kid, but still not super old yet. In tow. The old guy notices you guys at the table and comes over and sits down and kind of not roughly, but kind of just jerks the kid into a chair as well. And he's like, I found a Finn here, or Flynn, I think is his name. Give me a second. No, Finn. I found Finn here. Took me a bit to get him to come, but here he is. Ask your questions. Actually, Finn, my boy, tell them what you told me. And Finn kind of looks up. He's a little, I don't know, he looks a little sullen, like this wasn't his idea to come here at this point. But he says, Who are you guys? Why do you want to know about lights and stuff?
Well, we had heard, first of all, we're working for some of the an artificer, and we're always interested in new and exciting things. And so we had heard about lights outside of town and then actually in the city. And so we'd like to go investigate a little more. And I heard that you had found that you were the first person to talk to.
Okay. He kind of thinks for a minute. He's like, all right. Is there anything in it for me?
Well, I mean, depending on the information, I'm sure we'd be generous with our,
as you're saying that, the old guy says, why does there have to be anything in it for you at all? Just do your duty. And there's all these young people just have to have something for just telling you a story.
Yeah.
And Finn kind of like just gives him the glare and says, all right. About a month ago, friends and I, there's a few of my friends and I, we kind of looks a little sheepish at this point. He says, we pretend to be knights of the realm, and we go patrolling. So a month ago or so, on our patrol, we were to the north. We patrol various places around. That's not too far out of the city, but sometimes we get a little further afield than normal. This was one of those days we ended up getting a bit further north, near the old Maddock Tower. And the old guy seems to like, oh yeah, the Maddock Tower. And Morgoth, you've heard of the Maddock Tower? Find the information about Maddock Tower. It was where the former Dowry Baroness of the area fell in battle in 1018 Elastrian count. The tower sits, basically it was the final stand kind of place for them, as the Sealgair were basically attacking the area. Now, I mean, the entire marches didn't fall until about 1026, so about 260 years ago, something like that. But that was where this particular area finally fell. And you know that it's a ruined tower, because you've lived in the city for quite a while. You know it's a ruined tower about maybe a half a day's walk from here to the north, along what is basically some old road that even predates that tower. Probably people think it's part of the Zendaki Empire that was here before that.
Okay.
So and Finn is like, so yeah, we were up there, we were kind of patrolling the Maddock Tower, and then as we got a little closer, we saw some strange lights. As we were doing our patrol, we saw some lights near the tower. So we got a little closer, and as we got a little closer, we saw a bunch of bald-headed men in tattered robes arguing with each other. And so we were like, that's kind of weird. So we kind of watched for a little bit, and one of them waved his hands in a strange manner, waved his hands and spoke some words that actually hurt my ears when he spoke them. But when he was finished and I looked up, there was a strange, I don't know how to describe it, like a window that I could see multicolored lights in. The lights came out of the window and hit the other man, knocking him from his feet. At that point, a bunch of other people came out of the tower, the ruined tower, and one of them noticed us. So we quickly ran off as quickly as we could, and we haven't been back since.
That was, you didn't see what happened to the man who was knocked down? You just ran?
No, we just ran. Like these people, they shouted at us. They shouted, "Hey, look, go get him!" And so we just ran as fast as we could.
That's smart. That's, you don't want to. Better safe than sorry in something like that with whatever's going on, the forbidden arts.
I mean, I've never seen people like that before. I mean, usually when we go up there, occasionally we might see a goblin or two. I think there's been some bandits in there before, but never people like this. Kind of weird. Anyway, that's all I know. I haven't seen anything about lights in the city. I don't know where you got that from, but can I go now?
So, were there any did they hear anything where they were talking about? And I'll get out silver keys and kind of spin it.
No, we were too far away for that. There's not a lot of trees kind of near the tower. I mean, there's some, but not a lot. And so we stayed kind of far back. Like strange people. I'm not going to get that close to strange people. We might be pretending that we're knights, but we're not really knights. We're not that dumb.
Yeah. And how many days ago was this?
Well, this was about a month ago.
Okay. Interesting.
That's what he says.
And you haven't been back since?
No. Not with that strange thing that was above that guy's, behind that guy's shoulder. No. That thing was too weird. Heck, old man here is the only person I ever mentioned it to, really. Just the lights, because he was talking about some strange lights.
Well, anyone else looking around, see if anyone's got any questions?
Shelley, Sealgair, Morgoth, Andal, anybody?
Think you could find your way back there? Maybe lead us there?
I'm
For
not
a price,
going
of
back there.
course.
I mean, just
Close
follow the
to
road
it?
up. Find the old road that heads north. It's on a foot. It's not too far. Like I said, it's about a half day. Morgoth, you know where Matic Tower is.
All right, yeah, I'll tell him that I could lead him there.
I mean, Matic Tower is it's relatively well known around Tano.
And was this at the nighttime or daytime?
This was, we had been doing it in the morning, maybe early afternoon. We got home by nighttime.
I suppose no one else has seen anything.
I mean, it is set somewhat back from the road. Sorry, the old man says it is somewhat back from the road. I mean, it's set on a hill, I think, so that it has some vision of the lake. But it's not exactly like the road he's talking about. I think is somewhat overgrown with brambles and stuff at this point. Not a lot of people go that way. Most people head all the way up to Orvale and head into the Vale that way. There's another way that old road continues on into the Vale, but nowadays with the two knights that live in the Vale, that's the easier way to go is to go to Orvale first. But you can still get to the thing pretty quickly. These guys are probably pretending they're adventurers, and kids kind of like, and I went the harder way, but really it's a shorter way.
Share this with your friends, and toss them a copper. I mean, not a copper, but a silver.
Okay. He's like, all right. Well, I mean, I guess he's like, okay, and he catches it, and he basically gets up and starts heading out. Unless somebody stops him, he makes it to the door pretty quickly and out the tavern.
Well, that's more than we knew, and we know exactly where it is now. So we don't have to go to the other towers.
The old man's like, where's that whiskey? See, I told you to get the kid.
I'll flag down the barmaid and order him a whiskey.
All right.
How much is that going to set me back?
Like 5 silver.
Wow.
Whiskey's
whiskey.
not cheap. And he asks for a good one, so.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Was he not the one that mentioned the lights in the city? Who mentioned
No, he
lights
did.
in the
He
city?
did. He's the one that mentioned the lights in the city.
So who knew about the lights in the city before he gave him his whiskey? You mentioned something about that.
He
You
said,
didn't know
I
one.
saw them.
Oh, you saw them.
Yes.
Where did you see them? Can you tell us where?
I think he did already, which was
I thought it was just the. Did you say the art? The
no, in a tenement down near the docks.
okay, I remember it was in the scientific quarter, but I didn't know.
No, well, the tenements are basically on one side is the docks, and the other side is the forge district. So, and that's so he saw them in those tenements that kind of bridge the gap between the two.
Okay, and it was at night or daytime.
He
or?
saw it at night.
Okay, give him his whiskey and thank him for the information.
Yeah, no problem. Good luck on whatever it is you need that information for. And he kind of takes his whiskey and heads over to a table that's near the wall and sits down and starts nursing it.
What do you guys think? Are you ready to head up there? What time of day is it? That's at night, right? We're at night.
It's about a couple hours. Well, it's probably about an hour and a half before dusk. You're not going to make it there before night.
Yeah. So shall we rest up and see? Actually, we could go to the tenements tonight and watch, kind of scout those out and see if we see any lights. Maybe it's a portal or something between them.
I'll do that. I think that's a good idea. Do a bit of advanced scouting.
That'd be great. What is my stealth roll? Is this a character that has no stealth? Yes, this is the character that's scrappy with stealth. Well, I'll stay back and I'll be far back so I won't mess up your stealth roll chances. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. We can just watch, see if there's any lights, any weird stuff happening. So it's been a while since I've been to the docks at night anyway.
Well, a reminder that lights receding, every single light in the city is turned on. So.
So it'd be hard to be. You can't see it really.
Yeah, no. They're not super bright. I'm just letting you know that normally, like, this is the one time of this time of year because we're going.
Oh, that's right, because the festival. Yeah, I understand.
It's not
now.
really a festival, but it's this period of low light. Remember, Seer is the god of light and that sort of stuff. So as it gets into winter and the amount of light during the day gets smaller and smaller, they tend to brighten up. They tend to put these. This is part of the whole religious thing. Think of this as sort of like Lent, or something of that nature.
Okay.
Where it started today and it'll end basically in 3 months.
Did he tell us how long ago he saw those lights, or did he just say he saw lights downtown in that area?
He didn't say how long ago, actually.
But it probably wasn't part of this festival because this festival just started.
No, it's not part of the festival.
All right. Well, we go to the job board anyway, so.
Actually,
I'm sorry.
He might have mentioned it the last time because you guys said he had mentioned the kid after he had mentioned that he had seen lights. And it was while he was talking to the kid, while he was talking to somebody else, that the kid overheard him talking about the lights and said he had seen some too. So that means the lights he saw were probably before, or at least about a month ago as well.
Okay, well, let's go to the docks. So everyone's coming to the docks. I'm going to look at job board down there, and we can kind of hang out and maybe see if we see anything mysterious like that. And try not to get any in any bar fights, Sealgair.
All right, you guys take off from the Rusty Dragon, or the Rusty Dragon Inn, or inn, not inn. That's copyrighted. Rusty Dragon Tavern. And head towards the docks. It doesn't take you too long to get there because you're not that far away from the docks. And kind of looking up and down the street, sure enough, like most of the lights are on. There's a couple that are burned out or at least not on. More than likely, those will get fixed soon enough, given that the church is kind of like, hey, this is a important time. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to kind of just hang out until the sun goes down and then see if you can see some strange lights, or ask around. Oh, right, you're going to check the job board.
Yeah.
It is getting on to winter. Most of the jobs here are either dock workers needed or guard duty. That's about it.
Are the guard duty of like the warehouses like the other ones
Yep,
were?
mostly
Or?
warehouse guarding. Yep. And they're like a silver piece a day. They're not very
Well paying.
Yep.
Did we think, looking at the group, did we think there was something going on with Silva's brother's mine? I remember we had that adventure a long time ago, but is there something shady going on
That
there?
was Andal's brother.
Oh, the Andal? Okay.
Silver's brother is dead.
Yep.
Sorry. Andals. Sorry to bring up such a sore subject.
What's dead? I'm sorry, I missed the last couple seconds.
So, did we think way back when we went to your brother's mine? Did we think there was something shady going on with the company itself? Like, I was just thinking if we might.
I think we think the company was fine. It was just those people, the halflings came in and then blew stuff up, and then there was the black blob thing.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
I don't think we found anything that the silver mining company was doing wrong, except
Other than your
hiring
brother
the
being
wrong.
an ass.
Yeah, I mean, other than him being a dick, there's not much. I don't think we found anything.
Okay, so there's no reason to try to get a job at the warehouse there or do anything.
Not for some sort
As
of
a guard.
surveillance thing. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't think so, but this came to my mind all of a sudden. So,
Yeah, I could be misremembering, but I don't think we found anything like that.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's no real reason to be at silver a day, unless I don't think we'd find anything that would help us in the future. So, well, I'm not going to do anything like that. I'm just going to work on my alchemy some more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess hang out
in general
look for lights.
In general, as you've gotten sort of here into winter, the mines are still open. They just don't need as many people. They're still mining, but they're just not like they're in more of a smaller capacity because most of the people they use are in the camps and stuff like that around the city, and it gets too cold for people to be in the camps. So a lot of people just move away and come back as it gets warmer again. So the amount of people in the city is lower right now than it is during the height of summer, for instance.
Okay.
All right, so you guys head back to your flat.
Yeah, I guess just hang out and look for the lights tonight. But yeah, after a couple hours, go back to the flat.
All right, so you hang out for a couple hours, kind of walking up and down both sides of sort of the tenements and in amongst the tenement things there. Other than
buy some food
normal
or something.
lights and things like that, I mean, sure, you have some food and stuff like that. Other than the normal street lights and stuff like that, and the occasional light you see through, shutters and stuff like that, there's no colored or strange lights. I mean, everything is explainable. Is probably the right word to say. I mean, you see some colored lights over near in some of the places in the Forge district, but those are all. It's pretty clear when you see one of those, like, oh, that looks to be some manufacturing place or some maybe an artificer, maybe not. Some places still make things and that sort of stuff. So, but nothing that sort of goes with the lights that were mentioned by the kid or the guy.
No, I guess I'm gonna head. Y'all want to head back to the place and get ready for tomorrow? We can head up. If everybody wants to go and investigate this, it seems like it could be some little lull in our winter of boredom.
I would say, as you kind of were going around, you did see some posters for Kalen's Mysteries, which starts tomorrow, and can be found in the clearing to the north, is what it says.
Kalen's Mysteries?
Yep, Kalen's Traveling Mysteries. You've heard of this place before. It was actually, when you guys were in Arcus, you saw it.
Is it that fair?
Yeah, it's the carnival.
Carnival?
Mm-hmm.
And that thing's now that's suspicious. It's following us.
Yeah, it's totally following you. No, when you were there, basically it was basically showing a limited show while it was on its way to Tenno.
No, I know. I'm just being stupid.
Did I find what I was looking for?
You are, what do you mean, looking around for things? You're finding things. It's going to probably take you 4 or 5 days to get everything you need to be able to start building stuff.
Okay.
So you found some stuff.
Right. Like, should I?
Is there anything else you wanted to do while you were doing that?
No, I was just going to be looking for things and continuing to work.
Did you want to do some of the other stuff you talked about?
Oh, yes. I would.
So while you're looking around, you head up to the camp area.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking for any place in particular, or anybody in particular? I'm sorry.
It's not. It's more people that are more down on their luck, you know. So, you know, people that would more, you know, not to be rude, but need her help. Like in kind of a
pretty much everybody
spot.
in the camp needs your help.
Well, then she's not going to be too picky about it, because if they all her goal is just to.
No, I understand what your goal is.
So as long as they're people that she can.
Okay, so you're kind of heading around in there. You're doling out some money. Give me an amount that you're going to give out during this particular trip. It doesn't have to be total, but like in this particular trip, how much money are you trying to provide to these people?
Well, real quick, I want to, just so I know exactly like where people are at.
So the camps to the north of the city are basically like slums.
Mm-hmm.
They're rough and tumble, roughshod, put together with wood and stuff that people just found. So half the time, you know, a place is just a bunch of lean-to wood and ratty, rotting straw and stuff like that. It's not a nice place to be, but this is the best they can do with the money they're getting paid at the mine.
And like when you get into the city, the lowest kind of place there, what is expensive for them?
In the city itself?
Yeah.
Like the tenements down on the docks and stuff like that are like, you know, no more than a gold piece a month. They're pretty low end.
Okay.
As you get like there's the small town outside that's on the other side of the river to the north, which you kind of keep going through. That one's probably in the 2 gold pieces kind of per month kind of areas. What we're talking about in the camps is like these people live on probably 5 silver pieces a month, if that.
Okay.
Like they're, and in many of these people, their only source of income is their husband or wife who works in a mine, and basically that's the income they bring in. The rest of the people aren't working, of their family and stuff like that.
Okay. Then she'll hand out, I think in total it'll be 20 gold pieces, but given out in like 5 silver piece chunks.
Yeah, I assumed you were going to give it out in small increments. So 5 silver piece chunks would be you're going to give it to 40 people. You want to stretch that to more?
Yeah. How big is the
camps?
Like how many people?
Probably around, like, camp is probably the wrong word. The slums are probably around 1,500 to 2,000 people during the peak of the year. Right now, in fact, actually, I shouldn't say during the peak. These people don't have enough money to migrate back and forth, so they are literally living here all the time. So around 2,000 people.
Okay. Then.
And think of it this way: this is like 2,000 people living, not just sitting, living in an area that's probably the size of a football stadium.
She'll try and give out to around like 200 people this first time out.
Okay, so you're trying to get like a silver piece per person kind of thing as you're kind of going through. Yeah. I would say that you're not going to be able to get through 200 people in an afternoon, but let's temper because for the first hour, as you try to start doing this, people are very wary of you and very confused by this, and the first half an hour they're pretty much not even taking it. So it takes you about an hour to get people to not trust you enough, but to understand that you're just trying to be nice and doing this out of the goodness of your heart. maybe you're not, maybe you are, but you convince them that you are.
Right.
And so by then, you could probably get maybe 20, 30 people an hour. So maybe you can get maybe to 100 people. Because remember, you're still also trying to get your other things and like that. However, it's during the course of this that one person mentioned something to you that you found odd. As you're providing some money to the person, as you were, because you're not just giving them money, you're also chatting with them for a bit, finding out how things are going. You're trying to get a rapport.
Yeah, trying to build a rapport.
So as you kind of start to go, oh well, hey, I'm here to help. I understand that everybody is kind of down on their luck, and I've been in this situation before, and I want to make sure everybody is taken care of and that sort of stuff. As you give her some money, she kind of looks at you and is like, oh, it's so good that someone like you is here now that Kalani has been arrested. And then, thank you. And then she heads off.
Kalani is the herbalist, right?
Yes,
in
she's the herbalist.
Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna look into that probably tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, after we're doing that, but she'll try. She's not gonna show any outward concern right this second.
Okay.
Just keep moving.
All right. So you keep going, and again, over the course of a few hours, you're able to get maybe 100 people. So you give out 10 gold or so in silver piece increments, and by the time you're getting towards the end of this, word has gotten around that there's this person who is clearly not a Sealy, who's been providing, in essence, alms for the poor, is the kind of the way they're putting it, but without proselytizing. So they're pretty sure you're not with Seer or anything like that. So so by that time, so first hour you don't really do much. The second hour you get maybe 30 people. The last hour that you're doing this, you get probably 70 or 80 because people start to know. Word reaches ahead that you're of your movements.
That I'm here and that I'm giving out.
So some people basically take it, don't even say a word. They might nod thanks or something like that, and then just leave. Other people, do spend time and talk with you. In your case, what exact type of person are you trying to? We're a bad word here, but groom. What type of person are you trying to groom?
Well, she's definitely interested in the people that engage with her. She's not gonna do anything or try and take away.
But I know you have a goal for this. So I mean, are you well, I guess what I'm asking is, are there particular people that you linger with more and speak with them more, trying to get more of a rapport with because of who or what they are, versus this time just being it's a general, I'm gonna just disperse some money.
Now, the culture in this type of area is it an elder based culture,
so
respect
these
the
people
elders?
are all Dari. So from living in the city and things like that, that Dari, basically their culture is such that it's matriarchal, and it's very much family based. So typically generations of family all live together. And I wouldn't necessarily say that the eldest woman is usually in charge. It's usually the most competent woman is in charge. That doesn't mean men don't have places of power or anything like that. It's just more that in the family unit, it's all matriarchy based. And from just Dari in particular, lineage goes through the female line. So any kind of land or anything like that or inheritance usually goes through the female line first, and then if there are no daughters, then it potentially goes to sons.
So
all sons are male.
She's gonna be yeah. She's gonna be targeting she's gonna try and engage and target those kind of head of family type.
Well, that's a little harder this time around. Most of the people that you probably basically engage with you, are probably not sort of the matriarchs of the families. It's going to be more their feelers, so to speak. Probably their daughters, their sons, A lot of kids actually show up at times and talk with you.
So if right now she's seeing a lot of kids, she's gonna look for.
It's not. I wouldn't say there's a lot of kids. I'm just saying that kids are something else that show up and some.
Well,
other people.
more like, I'm not talking about like kids, but like, and more like young adults.
Yes, young adults and 20 somethings. Like typically the family matriarch is probably going to be in her 30s or 40s. Like it's the people that are coming out are probably her kids to talk with you.
So right now, if that's the kind of
I mean, that's not
people she's
entirely.
getting,
That's most of them. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, but she's gonna target, if she does kind of find someone who is more fits the matriarch profile, she's gonna engage longer with them.
Well,
But
so that was
her
probably
message-
the one that actually mentioned Kalani being arrested. So you talked with her for quite a while before you giving her some money and actually you probably gave her some money and then she talked for you some more and then let that sort of drop as you guys were about to part ways.
Right. And then she's gonna try with the when she's handing out to the those younger adults, she's gonna try and subtly push, bring out the more,
Bring out your dad.
tell your mom, tell your matriarch that I'm giving stuff out, not trying to overtly say, hey, bring your mom out, but like subtly hint to bring it up.
Okay. Give me a performance roll. Just tells me how subtle you are or not. It might be too subtle. Is my point.
I don't know if that'll be okay.
Is it performance? Yeah, you're not overly subtle. You're not underly subtle either. You feel maybe you got through to some of them. It's hard to tell. You'll have to see the next time you try this, or next time you do this. Anyway, after about 3 hours, you feel like it's been somewhat successful. You've met a bunch of people here in the slums, in the camps. You get it's very clear that they are aware of what you were doing because, like I said, as time progressed on, more and more people started to not give you the cold shoulder, but to at least speak with you. You've been seen in the slums before anyway when you came in looking to talk to Kalani in the first place. So it's not like you're a completely stranger. Many people still remembered you from that, which was only a month ago, if that. Yeah, maybe about a month ago. So it's not. It's not like Artemis the first time he went in, where they basically gave him the runaround and kept on pushing him in the wrong direction because he's Sealy.
Right. So I think after about 3 hours, she'll depart for the day.
Okay.
And I mean, she'll bid everybody goodbye, except they're still around, and promise to return and things like that. Like, oh, I'm not going forever and all that, man.
Okay, cool. So that means you guys all get back to the flat at about this. Well, you're back at the flat when they get there. Sorry, I should say. And it is evening. What are you guys doing this evening? Anything? If not, we will skip to the next day.
I think I'm just gonna rest up. So get a nice long rest before tomorrow's adventure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you guys get a rest. Morgoth heads back to his house and gets assaulted by burnt perfume. That's a new smell you've never smelled before, and it's pretty rancid. But you also see that your sisters also have big smiles on their face when they greet you a little bit later. And they're like, brother, we have our final concoction for what's her name? For Melita. We're going to take it. We're gonna see if we can take it to her early tomorrow. Although we'll see what she says.
Well, good luck to you if you are up earlier than me.
Don't you want to know what it is?
I've smelt enough perfume. Hopefully, it's not the burnt one.
No. Well, what were your sisters' names? I don't even have them written down anymore, I don't think. Oops. One of your sisters, whose name escapes me, and I don't have him in my notes here, says, "Brother, you're just never so very supportive." And she pulls out a little tube and she rolls it, and you see what looks like lipstick. And she applies it to her lips, and it's a nice little red color. And then after about 2 minutes, it turns to a paler red, and then it turns to a lavender about 2 minutes later, and a little bit after that it turns to a very light sky blue. She's like, "See, ever-changing lipstick."
That's not the perfume you were talking about.
No. Well, I mean, it is cosmetics. The other one's like, no, I'm the one that made the perfume. Can't you ever tell us apart?
Yeah, whichever one is annoying me more is.
She pulls out sort of a little glass flask, but it's got some strange thing on top of it. And she comes up to you, and before you can do anything, she spritzes you. And you get sprayed with this thing, and the smell isn't terrible. In fact, it's actually okay. But after a few minutes, you feel a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Not itchy, just itchy is probably the right word. It's not really itchy. Tingly is the right word. You start to feel a little tingly. And at first you're like, what the hell did they do to me? But then your sister finally says, see, it even works on him, is what she says to the other one. And she says, all right, fine, here's your silver piece. And she says, it's my cleansing perfume. It's perfume that you put on, and it gives you the aroma you're looking for, but it also cleans you.
What?
It
Makes
basically
no sense.
it goes through and gets rid of dirt and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
You go look in, you go find a mirror and you look at it, and your face is a little more clean. Yes, it's
Well,
only your face because she spritzed it in your face, so it only seems to be your face that got clean.
guess you did a good job.
They're like, good. Well, hopefully Melita thinks that, because we really want to do this alchemy stuff. It's really cool.
Smells bad sometimes.
Oh, you got to break some eggs to. What was it that Mom always said?
Break a few eggs to make a caster or something.
I thought it was to make a cake, but okay, that's fine. All right, well, we'll leave you alone. It sounds like you have something to do tomorrow. Hopefully,
Very, very
hopefully
busy.
we'll have good news tomorrow, and they go off and start doing their thing. Morning comes on the 2nd of Masay. You guys wake up. What do you guys want to do? Get a long rest, all good. Nobody attacked you.
Good.
Except for Morgoth, you still get a long rest, but when you get up and look in the mirror, your face is red. And it definitely itches.
Of course it is.
Actually, I shouldn't do that. Give me a constitution check.
Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah. Well, no. It's to see if he has an allergic reaction. That's basically what I was trying to imply that he got. But if he makes it, yeah, okay, exactly what I just said. You basically get an allergic reaction to her perfume. What are you guys doing? It is morning.
So I guess everyone get together and we're gonna head north, right? Is that Sealgair? You're kind of in charge of the expedition.
Yep, we're gonna head up the road and find the old tower.
Okay.
Let's ride, bitches.
Morgoth knows where it is, though, so he's probably the one that's going to lead you. You guys head north out of the city. You cross the river, head through the sort of the smaller village. The village is kind of built on that side of the thing. It's still considered part of Tano, but they call themselves Tano's Bluff. Is what they actually call themselves there. And you head north along the road. As you are heading along the north side, after about 30 minutes, you cross by. You can see, maybe about 20 minutes. You can see and hear the noise of Kalen's Traveling Mysteries. And as you go by where the Havani camp used to be, that is where the tents have been put up for this traveling carnival. You kind of look back in through the entrance that comes into there, and you can see that there's sort of a spot where people would potentially have to maybe spend a little bit of money to get into the whole thing, and then there's a bunch of tents that are set up, maybe like a dozen or so of various sizes. But Morgoth continues on past that and continues heading north. You guys, let me activate this so you guys can have a better look at. We kind of zoom in a little bit on the Serene Lake. All right, so you guys come out of Tano here, heading north, and right before the road starts to take a turn. So, just as an FYI, Orval is here, and this is called the Golden Vale here. The whole area here is called Tano Vale, or actually the Serene Vale, because it's now the Serene Lake. And this is now the Gold Vale that goes up here into the Blister Highlands and things like that. But you find a sort of as the road starts to turn and starts to head more easterly, you guys see a road that's kind of choked with brambles. Like, you can see some cobblestones and stuff that are heavily overgrown with dirt and things like that, but you can see the pieces in there. The cobblestones look a little off, a little different. They're not like the cobblestones of Tano. They're a bit almost flagstony, but not quite. And they look kind of like pockmarked and stuff like that, like they age and that sort of nature. And also you notice that they kind of have a slight divot in the middle of them, as if lots and lots of people have walked upon them. But they kind of head off into some brambles and stuff like that. You wish to go that way? I would also say that as you guys kind of came up here, you can see on sort of the top of a hill up in this area, you can see some, as you're kind of looking up in that direction, occasionally you could get a glimpse of what looks like maybe a ruined tower. And this is taking you maybe, well, to get to here, it's probably taking you a couple hours. To get through the tracks and stuff is probably going to take you another 3 hours or something like that, just because you're hiking up some hills, the brambles are, not so great and stuff like that. So, do you wish to continue this direction, or do you want to go the Golden Vale route? Is the question I'm asking.
I mean, my vote would be the sneakier way, which would probably be the brambles, right?
Direction you're currently going. Yes, it would be the brambles.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
All right, so you guys head up the bramble stuff. Occasionally you have to start breaking it through and stuff like that. And it takes you, since you're being more direct about it, it only takes you another couple of hours to get there. As you kind of go up some hills, you're kind of coming around, and you're getting into the foothills here of the Blister Highlands. Like this whole thing here this is all Blister Highlands. It just happens to be a valley from the stream that goes through it. And so you get into here, and as you come around one of the bends, sure enough, you can see a partially ruined tower. So the tower itself would have been 3 or 4 stories, maybe 50 feet tall. What's left seems to be about closer to 30 feet tall. It's on top of a hill, and clearly at one point you could have seen that it could have looked out over the lake and stuff like that, because even as you turn here and look, you can see out over the lake. You're kind of looking back this direction across the lake, so you can see it pretty well. And it's not a bad day. You can see actually pretty far. You can just make out some of the you can see some boats on the lake. You can see some of the barges that are going back and forth across. I mean, it's about a 25-mile lake across, I think, something like that, if I remember correctly. So you can sort of see some of the stuff on the far end, but mostly just the mountains and stuff like that. When you come around and you see this sort of ruined tower, how do you want to approach it?
So I'm going to send Hootie up to kind of get a bird's eye view, literally.
Yeah, okay.
And see what he can see. And I think I have to stay within 500 feet to see through his eyes. Let me. Oh, it's 100 feet. So
yeah, you're more than 100 feet away from the tower. That doesn't. But you can speak with him, right?
Yeah. I
So he
speak
could
with
go
him.
scout and come back.
Yeah, that's what I would ask him to do.
Right. All right, so he goes off and flies around the thing and eventually gets back to the range. And he says, "Let's see. Let's try to be an owl. What's his intelligence?"
I don't know what an owl's intelligence is. Hold on.
Well,
I'll have
he's a
to-
familiar, so typically the familiars have a
all the same as
slightly higher.
I mean, I've got a
intelligence.
16, so probably a 12,
But it's not
maybe.
the
I
same
don't
as
know.
yours. It's well, he communicates broken tower, and that he has seen 3 people,
Okay.
3 humans, two links.
So there are people.
There are people there.
Okay, so we need to sneak up. I will relay this to my group. Whoever is up there is still there, so we probably ought to sneak up and maybe watch them to see what they're doing, because it may be innocent, but I mean, in the eyes of the church, who knows what's innocent and what's not.
Right. I'm ready to do some sneaking.
All right.
All right.
Is this the cobalt armor, the light armor? Does it also? It's chainmail, so that normally gives me disadvantage. Is it light enough that it does not give me disadvantage on those, or does it still give me disadvantage on stealth and athletics?
I don't remember. I'd have to look at the.
Okay, well, don't worry about it then.
It's more about it's just weight, not
It's weight.
Yeah, it's not necessarily like it's still chain mail. So if it bunches up in areas and stuff like that, then yes, it still does that. It's just lighter. That's
Okay.
all it is. I do think that I intended though for it to have 1 less on the dexterity thing.
Yeah, you said you could get 3 instead of 2. As far as
Yeah,
because with medium armor, you can only get 2 for your dex, and
yeah. So I think this was intended to be 3.
yeah. Unfortunately, I've only got +2, so it doesn't matter.
No, I have it down as light armor. So if it's light armor, then that means that
Oh, okay,
it acts as light armor.
excellent. So
But-
it doesn't give me disadvantage. All right, so let's sneak up. I'm not in the lead because again, I am not sneaky.
Andal should take the lead.
Yep, that always works out well for him.
All right,
But we're
so
not underground, so it
Tell me what you
shouldn't
guys
get
are doing.
spiders.
Well, I am leading. That's what we're doing.
Okay. So
Time for
you're
me to roll some stealth
yeah, roll
rolls.
some stealth, please, as you start to move forward.
Where is my player character? There it is. This is gonna go great. Huge roll.
17. Let me check something.
Well, that's pretty good actually on that, considering what you rolled.
Well, I have expertise.
Okay. All right. So you start closing in. You get within 150 feet or so, and the bird's right there. Although at this point in time you only see 2 people. There are 2 people near what you think is the entrance, because there's it's on top of a rocky bit. And I guess it's time to show you this map.
Oh, it's a map. Let's
but
go
you're still 150 feet away.
from the map.
Yeah. Well, not from the map, but from this entrance spot. So you can see the 2 people. You can't see the people
Also,
inside yet.
just to give you a heads up, Dad, we can see all of them in the combat tracker.
That's fine.
Okay, just letting you know.
Don't
All
open the
there's a whole
combat
bunch-
tractor then.
Well, I clicked the wrong button earlier while I was trying to get to my character sheet.
It's really hard to click on the people instead of the combat thing. Yes, that's difficult. I don't care. I just had to bring the encounter up, so and I run encounters differently now than I used to.
Okay. I didn't know if it was not supposed to be there.
Yeah, it is.
Um,
Although that wasn't supposed to be named Tedry. I thought I renamed it. Oh well. Anyway.
And we can see in part of the tower. I don't know
No,
if
so you
that's-
cannot see that yet, but you will.
Okay.
Like part of the walls are ruined, so technically, when you get close enough, you will be able to see into it.
Okay.
So yes, so that being said, Andal, you do see the two people out front, and you do see partially into the tower. And as you're watching, you can see some people kind of moving around in there.
Milling about.
Yep.
Okay.
They kind of go in and out of your view.
What are they doing?
I don't know. They seem to be just kind of like, it's almost as if they're just living there. Like you're watching people that are doing about their new things. Now, their normal stuff. Now, these two guys here, they're kind of occasionally coming up here, kind of walking around. Kind of, those guys look like they're more keeping watch.
Okay. All right, guys. What do we want to do? I see two people outside.
It's time for me to have them perform their perception check. See if maybe they catch you.
Uh-oh.
That's so unlucky.
It is kind of unlucky. And this
they had a 1/5 chance to get.
Oh my gosh!
That's garbage. These people suck.
You kind of are standing behind one of these trees. One of the again, it's winter, so trees have dropped their leaves, and occasionally you're looking out from behind it, and then one of them goes, "Hey, you there! What are you doing?" You're probably about 50 feet in front of everybody else, or kind of behind you a ways.
Do they look menacing and mean?
Oh, well, the one who's saying go there, depends on what you do. Like if you don't do anything, he starts walking in your direction. And then he's like, "Hey, go in and tell somebody, we got people out here. We got somebody out here." So they do. What are you doing? Or at least he tells him something. It's 100 feet away. You're not sure 100% what he says. And the other one starts heading back in. So this guy is heading towards you. This guy starts heading towards up the thing.
I'll duck back behind the tree.
Okay. Well, he's literally walking straight towards your tree.
I know that. And I'll look at the other people urgently, like, "Hey, come on."
Okay.
And then
so like I said, he's about 100, you're about 100 feet, 100 and so feet away from this guy. So it's going to take him some time. What do you want to do?
So it's just, he's just robed.
He's robed. And what is he? How should I describe him?
He's a bald-headed guy who's got a cloak on. He does seem to have some weapon in his hip, and he's coming your direction.
He's got a bathrobe.
He doesn't have a bathrobe. He's got a cloak on.
Yes, he's got a cloak on. He doesn't look happy that we're here, but
are you saying this out loud? Like they're 50 feet away. For them to hear you, you're gonna have to basically speak up.
Well, I'm yeah, you're right.
They're 50 feet away. You can't just whisper it to them.
I motion for them to move up quicker, so that way when he gets to me, we can ambush him.
Okay, so stealthily move up quicker.
You move at half rate when you stealth.
Oh yeah, I know, but
so.
And again, with me, it's not really a stealth thing, but
all right,
I shall roll it. Oh wow! Surprisingly.
All right, so you start moving from tree to tree, trying to get closer. What about the rest of them? We seem to have lost Cat again, by the way.
Hang on, let me holler at her.
Like she's completely gone from everything.
Okay. She's rebooting.
I'm getting closer.
Morgoth is quickly moving forward as well. Silva.
I'm coming. Hold on.
Yeah, Cap's laptop crashed, so she's coming back in.
I'll give it a try.
Jesus, what is going on?
So everyone's just doing better than me today.
Seems that way. Seems that way. All right. So, well, we'll see if Silva can do better than you. Or not Silva, Sealgair. Sorry.
Yeah, you two are the sneaky ones of the party, I think. So naturally, you're gonna do the worst.
Nope. Stealth. So, as you guys are moving from tree to tree to tree, Sealgair kind of stumbles from behind one of the trees, and the guy goes, Well, and he literally stops and turns and says, "There's 2 people out here!" Shouts it out loud. And at that point, you see this guy come back out of the tower, followed by another person.
That's a lot of guys.
And then another person behind him who looks different. This is also a bald-headed guy, but he is wearing a robe. He is wearing his bathrobe.
Oh, nice.
He is wearing a tattered set of robes. And he starts to say something in words that kind of make your ears hurt a little bit, and you can even hear it from this far away.
Do we know the language?
Hey, can we roll? Is that Arcana?
You don't know well, I mean, do you recognize the language of magic?
That's
the
what
language
I was
of
gonna
dark
say.
magic? Andal?
Do I?
No.
I don't know. I've
You're
seen
a
some
rogue.
stuff, man.
You're a rogue.
I've seen some stuff, man. I don't know what I know.
Let us roll initiative.
All right. That's good. That's
I was
probably
gonna say,
better than
I
us
was
trying to
about to say,
talk our way
I'm-
out of this.
I'm about to pull out
that
my
would be
rifle
painful.
and shoot this guy.
Because at this point in time, you guys are clearly these people know you're here. So
What makes you think that? There's no way that they know we're here. We are inconspicuous. They've never.
That's 2 20s in a row.
Okay,
Whoa,
I'm
let's
gonna
go.
be rolling ones for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's
look
pretty
at
much
that.
it.
You blew it. You blew it. You had it all and you blew it.
But you're going to be very impressive before the rest of us.
Yes. You're going to impressively suck right before everyone else goes. Yes, buddy, I understand that you are feeling needy and want food. It is 4 o'clock, not food time.
they're doing great here today on their initiative rolls. How many 4s can I roll? Oh wait, no, it's
I'm seeing a lot of 8s. What are you talking about?
yeah, I'm at 8s. This was all right. There's all of them. Woohoo!
Go lay down.
Accidentally also did Shelgar, it seems. Okay, let me make some changes here. Gonna note on here. This is how far off the screen you are. Not how far is this Andal? Yeah.
That is me.
Because I didn't make a thing that I assumed you would get closer. My bad.
Well, we assumed so too, but
I don't know what it is.
My bad that you
doesn't matter.
you can't actually stealth, even though you're rogue.
actually, he did fine with the stealth roll. It's just they're much better guards than average.
Yeah, this dude's
They did roll a nat
eagle
20.
eyes.
And a
Eagle
17,
eye.
so
All right.
well they
Maybe he's an assassin. He's got an eagle perched
No.
on top of one of these trees.
laser sight.
All right.
Yes.
And this guy is technically, well, I'm going to put him over by you guys because technically he is 50
Or
feet.
is he also,
Yeah,
he's also off the map?
Yep, he is about 50 feet off the map. All right, is everybody here? Let
Yes.
us begin this combat with Morgoth. Morgoth,
people.
you're about 125 feet off of this map.
I'm moving forward.
All right, well, you can.
Double move pace.
All right, so you move up 60 feet. Find Morgoth and move him to 65 feet off the map. In fact, you go past Andal and head straight towards the guy who's out there with you guys. Anything else? Your bonus action or anything?
No.
All right, Shelgar.
Alrighty.
There is a guy within 75 feet of you.
And I think I missed some when I was signing out. These are hostile. They're not. They are.
One of them
actively-
started shouting at you guys about there's people out here, and you see more people coming out of the tower. He hasn't actively attacked you yet, but he is moving in your well, he has stopped at this point. He was moving in the direction of Andal, and then you stumbled out from behind a tree, and then he stopped. At that point, as he was moving to Andal, you stumbled out from behind a tree, and he stopped and was like, "Hey, there's more of them!" And more,
And
then
then
people
the one guy
coming out of
started
the
chanting.
tower. And the one guy started chanting.
Oh, one guy's
Dark
chanting.
magic.
Yep.
Using dark magic.
Well, using words that seem to hurt your head.
But it's definitely something that I, as a church person, would deem as validation to attack.
I don't know. You don't know.
Well, dark magic.
Magic.
It's something that is hurting your ears. That doesn't mean it's dark magic. Lots of things hurt your ears. Your ears pop when they're under pressure. That hurts.
Death metal.
Death metal can hurt your ears. Really loud noises can hurt your ears. If you would like to give me an Arcana check, you may do so to determine what it might be. But as of right now, it's just words. I mean, maybe he's a bard.
Let's go. Truly. We know so
definitely
much.
just seems like words to you. I mean, you don't know if words that truly hurt your ear very much. And hurt here doesn't mean like your ears are bleeding or anything like that. It's just that, kind of is like making you wince a little bit. Also,
Well, hang
you're
on. Don't I
125
have
feet
a
away.
feature thing, though, from my Inquisition that I can sense other magic users?
Not that I know of.
Where is that thing? Oh. I think it was from the Order of the Inquisition. It's the same basis for why I get the detect evil and good, where Crimson Right book
Under features,
curse.
maybe. Pretty sure the bad guys, though.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
they are, I'm just saying that.
I'm just gonna go ahead and. All right, yeah, y'all need to stop that. Where do I see the? Which one's the chanting dude?
He is 100 and well, you're 125 feet off, plus an 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus another. He's easily 175 feet away from you.
Okay. Huh. So I'm assuming I don't have that kind of range with my bow, so.
Actually, a longbow has hell of a
longbow.
range.
You have a longbow.
Be disadvantage, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Yeah, no, I just got a short bow.
There's nothing here in the Inquisition that says you can just detect them as being magic users. It just says that you can cast detect evil and good and detect magic spells at will, and you can also you deal extra damage with your Crimson Right. That's all it is.
Okay.
At 7th level, you have some stuff that would.
Okay, maybe that's what I was looking at. All right, I'll just go ahead and ping this guy here because I really do, right or wrong, I really feel that my mission would be to attack these dudes. They're not using sanctioned magic, and those are the type of people I would recognize to hunt. That's my story, and I'm going to stick to it.
It's fine.
And bing.
Is that with disadvantage?
I get disadvantage?
If you're shooting at this guy way back here, yeah.
No. I didn't you see me X this guy right here?
You're Xing no ground whatsoever. You're Xing the ground. This is where you clicked. There's nobody there.
Oh,
There's a red guy at the edge of the map.
There's a guy here. There's a guy
well,
here.
who's this guy standing? I see a guy right here.
There's no guy right here.
Really?
Refresh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because
that's where he started at.
there.
Yeah. Refresh. That's not. There is no guy there. It might be the guy who's on the edge that I've moved off the map.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, no. I mean, there's a guy who's 75 feet from you. He's just also off the map. That's all. That's what I'm saying. However, okay, so that guy at 75 feet is within short range, or is within
Yep.
range.
Within 80 feet.
And his armor class is such that you do hit him. But he does not go
Nice.
down. An arrow goes in one shoulder. He's like, ugh! And he shouts, they're shooting me! Come help!
Stand back. That was a warning.
Okay. That was a warning, was it?
I'm serious. That was a warning.
All right. All right.
I represent the Order of the Inquisition, and I sense magic uses in your presence.
That'll get their attention.
Okay. Anything else for you?
Nope. I'm just gonna
Okay.
be ready.
Did you want to move forward 30 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, you can't move forward 60, but you can move forward 30. All right. All right. Andal, you're up. That guy is only,
That's right.
he's
It's me.
only like 50 feet from you, so.
Well, if we weren't absolutely sure that he was going to attack us, now we are. So
Well, He didn't attack first, you guys did. At this point.
yeah.
And
Well, he
I
heard-
did
he
say
heard our
that was a
ears.
warning shot.
A warning shot that literally hits him in the side. A warning shot would miss him, but it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. It's just funny. You shot him. hurt. He's gonna go crying to his mommy. What are you
Well,
gonna do?
I don't know.
You don't know. All
What
right,
shall
well,
I
I'll
do?
move on to the next person.
Nah.
Also, I feel like Andal's
Hmm?
points are wrong.
My hit points are wrong.
Feels like it.
Hmm.
Your
Maybe I
constitution-
forgot. Maybe my
Oh no,
constitution's
no,
wrong.
it's right. Your constitution is +0, so it's fine.
Yeah, I was
You
about to
should
say.
have
I
five.
don't have a lot of health.
Actually, your hit points clearly are still wrong
I think I forgot that when I leveled up to 5. I think I forgot to.
because you should
Did we
have
lo-
8 plus 20
Did we-
plus 5, so you should have 33.
Did we level
hit
up to
points.
5 last time?
No, couple sessions
That's
ago.
been a while.
Okay, I
Anyway,
must have
you
forgotten
should
to do
have
my
33
HP
hit
when I did-
points.
Yeah, I
because-
must have forgotten to do my HP when I did everything else.
Anyway,
My bad.
sorry. No, it's
Um,
fine. I was just looking at it, going, "Wait, that seems low for what I'm trying
Yeah,
to do."
I don't have a lot of health here.
Anyway, the guy is within 50 feet of you.
Yes, I see that. I will pull out my short bow,
Okay,
and then I will also shoot him.
all right. Sounds like a
Clicking.
plan.
I'm going to shoot him in his body.
You hit him
Nice.
in his body.
And I do
However,
4 damage.
and he goes down. He's
Oh.
like, help me, blah, and he falls forward
Oh,
as there's another arrow in his shoulder on the other side.
well, these
See,
guys
he
don't
is
seem
breathing,
very.
Guys,
but not so great.
These guys don't
you
seem
guys
very
don't
hardy.
realize we have no deniability, nothing. We are this is murder.
Well, we're the
I'm
Inquisition.
No, Shelgar is the Inquisition.
He's the Inquisition.
Well, yeah.
He's not dead. It'll be fine.
Her chief weapon is fear.
It's not dead yet.
Andal, you still have a bonus. and
Just
a
3 death
move.
saves.
Yeah, no,
You see 3 people that have come out of the thing. The one guy who's standing, this guy who's standing here, definitely speaking something, definitely doing something with his hands. At this point in time, Shelgar, it's pretty clear that the guy who's speaking is casting a spell for sure. He starts moving his hands around.
how far away what was I at? Plus 95, is that plus 50?
You're 100 feet away from the edge of the map.
I was trying to
so-
figure out how far away I was from the guy I just downed.
50 feet.
50 feet, alright. I'm gonna start moving towards him where he's down, just so I can make sure he's not dead.
All right, so you're gonna move 30
So
feet.
I'll move 30 feet towards him.
All right.
And I think that's all I'm gonna do. What is this? This is an action. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna do.
All right, let's see, who's this guy? All right, so this guy who came out just watched the guy go down. Sorry, I meant to just do that. What does he have? I don't even remember what these guys have. They have any kind of long range weapon? Nope.
See, that's why we just fighting this long. We knew that. It's not us being clumsy and
he stays there and doesn't seem to do anything else. Who's this guy? So this guy goes. You see another guy who, again, tattered robes and stuff like that, kind of come up. Interesting. He speaks a few words, and then you see some sort of a bluish tinge cover his body and then fade from view. Right, that's what that guy does. Artemis, you're up. So
Artemis.
he doesn't phase from view. You saw sort of a bluish tinge, sort of that you could see through, appear over in front of him and kind of around him, and then it fades from view.
Maybe mage armor, since I have mage armor.
I mean, if so, it's different from the way you do it, but
that's true because
it's still potentially possible.
Okay, so as I'm running, I anoint my quarterstaff with some type of salve, which makes it a shillelagh, and I will double move. So that's 60 inches. Now it's just deactivation. I guess it didn't really do damage or anything, but
yep.
Okay.
All right, you're closing in. You've just passed Artemis or Andal, and you can see the guy who's kind of down. It's kind of face down, and he's still breathing a little bit as you're going by. You're only about 15 feet from him. But he still seems to be breathing.
Okay.
All right. This guy finishes his spell. And you are now 65 plus some other things away. Distance on this. Plus, and some. Hold on. What's this spell doing? It's this thing.
Hello?
Okay. Yeah, I'm still here. We're all still
Okay.
He some strangely sort of a small portal opens up behind him, and a bunch of strange colored lights come flying out and strike you, because he does in essence a magic missile.
Ooh, suck. Do I have shield loaded? Oh, but I'll make sure I have it loaded before I. Yeah, a shield reaction.
Okay, you've used your action to shield. Still need to cast a spell because it still casts. But he does magic missile. And then I need to roll something. I need to roll. All right, let me roll a d100. All right, we're all still good. The world didn't just die. All right.
That's good.
Silva, you're up.
And worrisome.
Okay.
You saw some strange, chaotically colored streaks of light come out of a portal, which actually is still up, and almost strike Artemis, who pulls out some dust from his pouch and throws it into the air, and it all solidifies, and the things all hit into it like hitting chaff.
That's a good description. I was trying to think how I describe the shield for an alchemist.
I'm going to double move in the direction of the tree on the top right corner of the map.
All right, so you will be. I'm still going to move you at 65 feet, and it's fine. You're just 65 feet off. As we get closer, you'll move up towards there.
Okay.
What about the homunculus? Or is that everything you're doing? You still have bonus?
No, that's everything I'm doing.
All right. What about the
But the
homunculus?
homunculus will just follow me.
All right. Okay. This guy here. Oops, I accidentally clicked on some things I didn't mean to. He follows behind this guy. You see another guy show up. This cultist is dead already, or at least down already, because you guys are mean. This cultist kind of moves up to here. And kind of comes out the door. So you see another one kind of come out the door. This cultist here. Where are you? 1, 2, 4, 5. And he gets to there and stops. 6. Actually, he keeps going out. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He comes out to here. This one that was up here. He actually starts coming towards you guys. 2, 4, 5, 6. He gets to there and then stops, or at least he's moving towards you, but moving towards you slowly. And you see another guy, again, with the tattered robes, get to about here. And again, another one of these bluish kind of things appears. And he, and then fades away. Somehow these things are all... Anyway, it's pretty clear now what he's doing, so I'll actually cast it for you. So you see what it sees.
Cool.
And last but not least, our final cultist. He... Why can I not... You see a guy come over the top of the rubble here and out onto the side. Morgoth, as we get to the top of the round.
Right. How far am I away?
You
65
are
feet
currently
still.
65 feet.
Well, I'm gonna keep running.
All right, so Morgoth, you are now 5 feet off the map. And I'd move you off the map, but it'll make it so you can't see. So,
That's it for me.
all right, Sealgair, you are currently 95 feet off the map. So this guy here is actually at long range. All the people are actually at long range, unless you move forward 30 feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna move forward 30 feet so that I'm more in range with that dude.
All right, so that gets you at 65, and then 1, 2, 3, I think. Let me make sure. Yeah, he's now exactly at 80 feet.
Okay, good, perfect. I'll go ahead and target him, and hope I hit him.
Alt click.
Alt click.
Yeah.
I keep doing the X thing.
No, the X is fine. It's meant for pointing, but alt click.
There we
target.
go.
It's all good.
All right.
Just reminding.
I kept thinking alt click was for advantage or something like that.
No. Control click and shift click will do advantage and disadvantage.
All right.
You definitely hit him.
Right.
And it kind of, you can see the arrow goes into his shoulder and he kind of and turns slightly, and you can see the barbed head of it on the other side of his shoulder. It clearly went all the way through and is now stuck in him there.
I said stop. Surrender to the order.
I will remind you, Sealgair, the Order of Inquisition is a secretive organization at this point in time.
Oh, I thought blood hunters, we just kind of, okay, never mind.
No one knows about the Order of Inquisition at this period of time.
All right, then I'll just start killing them. Magic is forbidden. You shall die.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just saying. I guess what I was implying there is you saying the Order of the Inquisition. These guys have no idea what you're talking about. That's all I'm trying to say.
Gotcha. Never mind.
You can shout it all you want, and they'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to continue to do what I do.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition or knows what it is in this
Nope.
instance.
I say magic is illegal. Prepare to die for your sins.
There you go. That's perfectly fine.
There we go.
You still have a bonus action. Did you want to do anything with it?
I'll activate my Blood Hunter. Well,
Ready?
yeah. I'll get the curse up there now. So
Okay.
when
So roll your
I need it,
human
it's
craft die and take away that damage, and I will move on to Andal. Andal, you're up.
1. Ding. Ow.
You prick your finger with your bow, with your arrow. Cover it with blood. Andal, what do you want to do? Andal, you muted?
Yeet. All right. I will move the rest of the way up to the guy.
Okay, so you move up another 20 feet.
How does he seem?
Well, as you get close to him, you can see he's raggedly breathing, but he is breathing. Blood is still pumping out of the ground, though.
I guess I don't really have much ability to just tell if he's going to die or not. Are we trying to just kill these guys or what?
Well, I mean, they're using dark magic, and we've been kind of sent here, so.
Oh. All right, then.
Well, Sealgair was sent here. The rest of you were not. But
Yeah, that's true. But
Yeah,
we're
y'all
assisting
can-
her.
Y'all can
That's fine.
sit back and watch if you like. This is not your fight, but I sure would appreciate assistance.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I
We
guess
get the popcorn. We'll sit back here. And
Yeah, I'm gonna sit with this corpse. I'll just be here.
Sarcasm, my friend. Sarcasm.
So you've moved 20 feet so far, Andal.
Yes. Well, we're gonna keep shooting him. I guess this guy's next.
All right.
Or-
Oh, wait. You moved 20 feet. You're at 70. Sorry, you're at 50 feet away. So he is 50. Where are you at? Yeah, he's within 80 feet of a short bow.
Okay.
This guy right here.
I missed.
And Andal missed. Because
I'll move the rest of the way up, and then yeah.
you want to use your bonus action to move too?
Oh, that's right. I can dash with that. I forgot that that's a dash
Yes.
action. My bad. I forget about this thing sometimes.
Do you wish to do that or not?
Yeah.
All right, so you're 10 feet off the thing. You're like 5 feet behind Morgoth, who's getting pretty close. All right. This cultist here was hoping you guys would get closer before he had to do this, but now he's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he should have, well, screwed something up. I need to drop something on him real quick because he has some. These guys have. I missed something when I made these guys. 5 is bad. All right, so he casts Cure Wounds on his body. I should actually do that first. And there we go. That's what he does. You see the guy come up behind him, do a few little weird things, and then touch the guy. And you see, this is the crazy part. He touched the guy from the back. You see the arrow basically just kind of and fold into him. And the guy screams a bit, but the wounds kind of knit a little bit. And at least the blood stops flowing. Right? This guy, he continues 2, 3, 4, 6. It's there. And then he does the same thing. He basically casts a magic missile. However, he's casting it at not his buddy. He's casting it at Andal. And that only did 5 points, but it really should have done 2d4 more of that. I didn't do that. And so you're going to take another 2 plus another 4 points of damage to Andal. Ooh, yay, that was great. All right, as this thing comes through, and then I need to roll a D100. Good. High numbers are good. Artemis, you're up. So now he also has one of these kind of strange looking. Well, I shouldn't call it strange looking to you guys. You guys have seen this before. He has a small tear in reality above his shoulder, and that's where the magic seems to be coming from. You've seen this before.
Did we see this before in the portal in the Dwarven Ruin City?
Nope, you saw this in the mine.
Okay.
And it is your
So
turn,
is it-
Artemis.
Okay. I will move forward 30.
Okay, you are here. You're 35 feet off.
So if I'm 35 feet off, that'll be 40, 40. So I'm going to cast this. I throw a bag of a hell of a throw. Spin it over my head and throw a bag of dust at like fairy fire. Do I target the hex?
Yeah, you have to target the person.
Okay, so if I target, no, that's not gonna.
What are you trying to do?
Yes.
Just
I'm
very-
trying to target right above him, so I get everybody in those 3 people in a 20-foot cube.
Is fairy fire
Yeah, it's a 20-foot cube. A range is 60.
cast a spell? It'll have a template
Okay.
that you'll put down. That's
There
my
we
point.
go. Oh, got it. So let's
And
see.
then
where's
that
my-
will automatically target is what it'll do. So
So I'm at 35. Make sure I get my range 40, 45, 50. So I could do well. It doesn't center it though.
well, it's because it's 20 by 20. So
So if I'll just do this. I think I'm okay. Does that look okay
let's see.
as far as range? Because I can get to that second guy with 60 feet. It looks like. So if
20 feet to him, and you're currently.
I'm 35 feet away.
You can go to here, actually.
But is that I can center it there, right?
Yeah, you can center it right here.
Okay, so I
You
can't
can
get
center it right here if you want.
Yeah, so I'll get these 3 guys.
Yeah.
So
That's as far as
and,
you can send it.
okay, so and then that is a save of
They all failed. It automatically did you cast it,
Oh,
it
cool.
targeted him. They automatically all failed.
and then I don't have a bonus action, so I'm done.
Okay. All right. This guy here goes forward a little bit further and then sends a magic missile at Morgoth. Let's see here. Where are you, Morgoth? There you are. I should fix this right away so it's automatically doing the right number of. I don't understand why the formula is 1d4 always when it could be 3d4 or when it should be 3d4. And for some reason I can't modify it. Great. All right, fine. We'll just. This happens. Now it's in a weird state. It always does this. Cannot seem to close damn thing. And so now it won't let me actually do anything with the dude. There we go. There it goes. All right, so I'm going to take some more damage yet. 8 more points of damage to you, Morgoth. Oh. There we go. And now I need to roll a d100 again. Getting closer. All right, Silva, you're up. As more strange missiles fire from the rift above the sorcerers.
Waiting for the demon.
Who's been hit?
Several people. Morgoth, Andal. That's it.
Not on our team. The other team.
Hard to say. You've been
The
trying to
lead
rush
three,
forward.
you get advantage on the lead 3 that are highlighted. Well, I don't know if they're highlighted on your screen, but they have fairy fire on them. So if you shoot them, you get advantage. Or attack them.
I'll move 30 feet and shoot it, but it's not. I don't think I'll be within 30 feet of the guy. So it'll just be a normal shot.
Yep.
Let me target him. Just in the front guy.
That hits.
Nice. Oh, smack.
It goes down. Actually, the bullet comes flying through, and it basically takes him through the throat, and you can see blood spatter across the guy behind him who's just touching him to heal him, and then he just crumples to the ground. Anything else, Silva?
Oops.
That was more than more damage than he has in one shot. So
Oh, wow.
so that kills him. Just outright kills him.
That's it.
All right.
One kill. This will just move up to me as well.
Okay. All right, this cultist here. These guys are starting to figure out that maybe the better part here would be to stay inside and force you guys to come in.
Ooh.
This guy here ducks back in. Okay. This guy here. Why is it when I click on him, it kills him when he's not dead? He goes, I'm just clicking on it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then gets into here. This one's dead. All right, this guy. This guy, yeah, this guy. He comes out to here. That was 4. And targets. Who's the closest of you guys? Morgoth, I believe, is the closest. So I'm going to target Morgoth with that lovely thing that he has called Magic Missile.
Well, they're redundant.
And a couple more damages here. So you're going to take another 7 more points on top of that. Morgoth is getting taken down. And then Occultist, this is the one that came out. He one. He climbs down 2, 3, 4, down to here 5, 5, 6, 1, 2. He starts running off. So I don't know if you guys are going to do anything with him, but he is running away. Morgoth, you're up.
All right. Let's do this. And my mouse died. Hold up.
Are you moving closer?
Yes.
Okay, so you've moved 5 feet. You're now where you're at. So you still have 25 feet of your movement left. And you can move yourself.
Can I step in this stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gone.
Oh, whoops. I did it too. And boom.
Boom. Ooh, that was close. I thought this was gonna be a second. You,
We technically had advantage anyway.
oh, that's true. You hit him. He takes some damage. You slice right through the side of him. You can see the cloak kind of gets ripped apart a little bit by your swing, and you slide down through basically just normal clothing, and a big bloody mark starts to bleed out. That's one attack. Do you have 2 attacks?
Yeah.
The second one just kills him out. He's really dead. Kind of come up and whoosh, and then backhand and go straight across. 12 points. Yeah, you take his head off. Separate it from his shoulders.
Yeah.
He seems the look as the head goes bouncing on the ground is a look of surprise. Anything else?
Nice.
Still the bonus. All right.
Boom.
So, and anything else?
Nope.
All right, Sealgair, you're up.
Okay, dokie. It's Morgoth. So I'll move another 30 feet.
Okay. You're now 35 feet off.
Okay. And let me see here. Okay, great. So both of those guys are within range. 75 feet, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Then I shall target him, I guess.
Okay.
Please hit, please.
Yeah, it
And
still
then
hits.
the hematocrit die. 1 blood damage.
Okay.
And I believe that's all I can really do for now, right? Yep.
All right, Andal, you're up. You are currently 10 feet off the map. So if you wish to move 2 squares, then you'll still have 20 feet left, and you'll be right where you're at.
Okay.
But you
Well,
don't have to move if you don't want to.
there's now 2 of the dudes who look interesting.
Oh, there's 3 of them technically. You can see
Yeah,
one
well,
in the
he's
doorway
not out.
too.
He's not out here yet, so he doesn't count. So I am going to. I'm how many? 35.
You're 10 plus whatever is the distance.
Oh, 35 is not. Okay. I'm going to this guy.
You're 50 feet away from it.
I'm gonna start blasting this guy.
All right.
See what happens. Maybe it hits him. Maybe it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It hits him.
Yeah, it does.
It does hit him.
Mm-hmm.
Get booped. He's a sorcerer.
Sure. Why wouldn't he be? So we have a move and a bonus.
Oh, his name was Tedric.
Does it look like
I'm
it's
going to
from you?
use my my cunning action to hide.
Well, you're gonna have to find a place to hide. You're not anywhere near any place to hide currently.
Oh, am I not?
No, you're 10 feet off the thing. There's no tree anywhere near you.
Oh. Well, I guess I won't hide then. I'll just
I mean, you can move 10 feet and get onto the thing, and then you can move towards one of these places that have cover. But
yeah, I'll get onto the thing, so I'll be right here.
all right,
Then
you are now on the map. So at this point in time, you still have 20 feet of your movement, and then you still have a dash action from your
not me.
bonus.
I'm gonna move to this tree.
It's not a tree; it's a bush.
I'm gonna get in the bush.
Get in the bush.
Okay.
As I move up onto the map, I'm gonna move towards the bush at like an angle.
Okay. Is that it?
And then I will then use my cunning action to hide.
Okay.
We'll see how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to roll stealth for that? I forget.
Yes, you do.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
I'm so sneaky.
I'd say no because they literally watched you go behind the bush, but whatever. It's all good.
No
Sometimes the
one
dice
saw.
are weird.
No one saw a
uh-huh.
thing.
All right. Well, so this sorcerer, let's see. Did he see you go behind the bush? Because technically he watched you do it. So let's see what his perception check is.
No. Why would he have seen me go behind the
Dude,
bush?
he literally watched you do it. Nope.
I was not.
He still doesn't know
invisible.
you're there. So
Let's
right.
go.
All right. Well, he's not going to go after you then. I think at this point in time, Sealgair is the more dangerous threat. Oops, I hit the wrong button. So he is going to.
He's gonna miss.
No,
Please.
he's going to use magic missile, so he can't miss. So that's going to be 3 points plus some more damage.
I'm like the wind. You miss on 3
Plus
times.
another 4 points. So let's modify Sealgair to there. All right, that was his turn. Or at least that attack. And then he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He gets into there. Trying to get out of sight. Artemis, you're up.
All right, so I shall.
The other guy's like, oh, wait, I forgot to do one thing at the end of that turn, which is roll a d100.
Ooh.
Oh.
Depending on which way that's.
Okay, hold on. That's not good. Let me read what it does. It's not good at all.
See, that's why we don't want them using magic.
Okay. Okay, I'm trying to understand. You choose you turn down your edge breaks and chaos erupts. Right, but what's the explosion? Sometimes this thing is dumb. It's not telling me. Not telling me what the explosion damage is. Second. Yeah. I did. This is not the right thing. Why is this not working? So, yeah, it's because I spelled it wrong. Great. It's supposed to be an explosion. Alrighty. I don't know. I thought I had everything in here and it does not. case. I've used these guys before, so. Oop, I cannot find what it is. So we're going to say I'll just take the thing and roll 5d10. Because I rolled a 5. All right, so this is how
Can the
much damage.
cultists cast magic?
They did something. Somebody healed somebody.
Well, my witch hunt power, when I hit them, I can roll the hematocrit die again.
On the cultists?
A creature who can cast spells.
Sure. They're not actually a wizard, though. They are.
It just says who can
they're
cast
clerics.
spells.
Oh, well, great. Now I'm going to start using Order of Inquisition on priests, clerics. This is intended to be a wizard thing, so no, you cannot do it against priests.
Okay. I'm just asking. It's in the witch hunt.
Because technically, that's not they're not casting a spell; they're praying.
Well, then that's not casting a spell. Yeah.
I mean, technically, by the way D&D rules work,
Mhm.
clerics are casting spells, but in this case, because of the flavor of the world, you can't do that against those guys. All right, so what did this say? So I rolled 23 points of damage. Surge. All right, so all creatures caught in the blast make a charisma saving throw. Confused. Are you reading from all creatures caught? See, this is what's confusing. Starting when you choose the origin at yada yada yada, your ability to tear apart space and time destabilizes reality. Whenever you choose to tear reality, roll a d100. If you roll under the number of times you have torn reality, your magic breaks and chaos erupts. An immense blast of magical energy radiates outwards from you in a radius equal to 10 feet per multiple of 10 damage from the explosion, minimum of 10 feet. But then it says all creatures caught in the blast make a charisma saving throw, taking 1d6 force damage per sorcerer level on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. For every 10 feet the blast travels from you, the damage is reduced by 10. But why would I roll 1d6? Oh, so maybe it is 1d6 per sorcerer level. That makes more sense. It's just written
On it,
poorly.
and it goes out the number of damage divided by 10, right? So
Yeah. Well, 10 feet. Every 10 feet it drops by 10.
yeah.
So what is this guy's level considered to be? I think it is considered to be so 5d6. It shouldn't have been 5d10. It should have been 5d6. Yes. All right, so let me roll 5d6 instead. This is how much damage it does. Why did it only roll 4d6s? That was weird. All right, so this guy needs to make a charisma save because he's right next to it. It's charisma, saving throw, normal. He gets a 12. What's their save DC? 13. So he fails. He takes 11 points. All right, and then 10 feet from there. So there's, gotta measure. For the love of God, why does this do this? All right, so this guy needs to roll the same thing, except it's only 1 point of damage if he fails, or 0 if he makes it. Throw, normal. He makes it, so he takes no damage. Nobody else was within 10 feet, so that's the end of that. And the rift next to that guy collapses in on itself. All right. Now, Artemis, you're up. Sorry about that.
Okay, so are they still up? Is he still?
Yeah, they just take damage. Actually, this guy
Okay.
should have made a saving throw too because he's next to it, so sorry. Ed? He takes. Actually, he makes it, so he only takes 5 points.
So I will move in another 30, which will put me 5 off the board, I believe.
Okay. This was a very strange explosion occurred, and the rift closed in on itself.
So there may be a demon there anyway, so this will double what I was going to do.
Again, you've seen this before. No demon came through it the last time, and it did explode.
Okay. I will place it there in the center. And that is my turn.
All right.
I'll go ahead and do Shaylaylee again, because I think it's been half a minute. Might as well. I've got a bonus action.
Okay. Only one person failed.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, it doesn't tell me because it's not attaching anything to them. So
looks like one of the sorcerers.
No, I know, but it just doesn't tell me which one. Like it's
not a green. There's a green dot and a purple dot.
Well, yeah, because people have targeted people.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with.
That's not anything with the mark.
Yeah.
That sucks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so it's this guy. This guy with that. There. He's not technically paralyzed, but we'll mark him with that just to make it obvious.
There's my bonus action. So I'm done now.
Okay. That means this sorcerer, the one who's actually got advantage on, he turns to the guy next to him and slaps him aside the back of the head. He says, "Careful with that! Kilreath will take you." I think that's the name. If it's not, that's what it is now. His rift is still open, and so he is going to throw another magic missile at Morgoth. Sorry, Morgoth. These guys are one-trick ponies for the most part.
Good trick.
He does that, plus then 2d4 more, so plus another 5. Morgoth, there we go. And then he, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there. All right, Silva, you're up, sir. Madam.
I will move 30 feet.
All right, well, you're moving towards here, so.
Right.
You're now 5 feet off.
Yeah, I'll double move the last 5 already.
All right, well, there you are on the thing at this point. So you got 5 more. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go there, and I will. Cast Firebolt.
On whom? Oh, yeah, that guy. You missed.
Yep.
All right, homunculus.
Homunculus will just come to me.
Oh.
That's it.
All right. This guy here. Yeah, he's waiting. That guy's dead. This guy here, also waiting. This guy here, also kind of moving in, waiting. This guy's dead. This guy here is the one that's in the thing still. Ooh. Oh, I forgot to do this last time. This was the other sorcerer. He's fine. This guy casts, again, magic missile on Morgoth, who's the one that's closest at this point. Sorry, Morgoth.
You know, guys, I'm feeling a bit targeted today. I think we could just.
It's strangely funny, but he doesn't sound sorry.
All right.
You know, that cross on your shield actually looks a little bit like a crosshair. So
And then he ducks
bullseye
inside.
even.
All right. And that's the end of that one. And then this guy continues to run. He's now 60 feet off the map. And getting away. All right, Morgoth, you are up, sir. Keep on getting slammed by these missiles.
Hey, pal. I'll show
Ain't
you
your
my
pal,
magic missile.
buddy.
Smack.
All right, you hit him, and
Don't even give him time to think.
you hit him again. However, on his death, or when you take him down, he loses control of his magic.
Oh,
Give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, yeah, I'm great at those.
Actually, dexterity saving throw. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Either way, you make it, so you only take 10 points again. That will.
All
Okay,
right.
you just did.
1, 2, I moved 3. We're gonna go. 1, 2,
All right.
hide.
I don't know that you can hide, sir. But you can. Well, you don't have it as an action. You'd have to use an action to it. Sealgair, you're up.
I'm just kneeling behind this little branch.
All right, move 30 more feet. Nobody's in target range. Then I'll
Everybody
move.
seemed to have ducked back into the tower.
Yeah, I'll move another 30 feet towards where I saw him
All
go
right,
in the tower.
So you now have 25 feet of movement left.
Okay. 1. Come on, lady, move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There you go. Andal, you are up, sir. Unfortunately, you don't get to use that wonderful stealth check because everybody out here is dead.
Well, you know, isn't that always the way?
It seems to be the way, yes.
I don't get to stealth. Everyone dies.
but you do get, if you can find that one with that's glowing, you have advantage. So you do your sneak attack damage to him.
Yes, you do.
He said doo-doo.
Oh my gosh.
I don't see anyone.
Sure you do. You sure? I'm pretty sure you... Nope, you're right. You don't see anybody. Was that 30 feet?
Yeah.
Well, you can continue moving with your dash action.
Oh, I can see him. He's right there.
Yep, that guy you have advantage on.
And dash is a bonus action for you, so
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. That's why I dashed.
you got advantage.
Oh, shoot. I'll just roll it again. And then I get...
All right, roll your sneak
Sneak.
attack.
Where is it?
Oh, this is
Not
gonna be
opportunity.
This is going to be horrible. All right, so he explodes. He loses
good.
control of this magic. This is not going to be good for them. Is kind of where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I figured that.
Yeah,
Well, about average.
21. I gotta measure it out now. All right, so 10.
What did you shoot it with,
feet.
Andal? Explosion.
It was a really nice shot. What can I say?
All right, so these 3 guys all need to make saving throws. Save. Dexterity.
Stop.
Not good for
Stop.
him. That's 21. Ow.
Yep.
And then
Ooh,
this
we could
guy-
chain explode him if he dies.
He didn't die, but that would have. I thought that too as soon as it's like, ooh, that could. Nope, he didn't. He's fine. That one makes it, so he's at only half of that, but even half of that still kills him. Just like literally outright kills him. Which means that this guy also will automatically kill him. Wow. Okay, this combat has become more.
I should have barrel.
Kind of got well because you blew up a guy who you took out a guy who blows
fireworks.
up. 1, 2, sorcery. Artemis, you're up.
All right, so I'm gonna send Hootie, who I'm assuming is just flying around me, to Morgoth and do a heal potion. Because that's always the awkward way to do it, but it looks better this way. So I move in 5, 10,
Well,
15, 20. That should be.
Yep.
And so they're using Hootie, my familiar, to land on Morgoth and slapping him with a healing potion. Well, with a healing salve.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
There you go. And I'm done.
Okay. Sorcerer's down. Silva, you're up.
Okay. Well, I don't see anybody doing anything, so I'll scoot up. That Andal on the back, I guess. Good job.
Good job. Okay. Nothing else? No.
Cure one.
All right.
I forgot to target him. Sorry.
How many points is it?
9.
No, that puts him back to full. What about your? Is that it?
Yep.
Homunculus.
Come with me. You just gonna chill with me.
All right. All right. This cultist here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh! 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 Ooh!
Uh-oh.
I get to attack somebody! Woohoo! The cultist gets to attack! I miss.
I would have laughed so hard if that was a 1.
I would-
Oh my
I
god,
would've
I
laughed
was
too.
waiting
I would've
for
been
it.
like, oh great, 1.
He explodes too,
Would
right?
have been funny. No, he wouldn't explode, but the dead sorcerer. Hey, this guy's not dead. 1, 2, 3. This guy comes to the center of the door and he shouts, Kilreath shall return, and he will take you all to his chaos. Then he fires a magic missile at Artemis, at Andal, because that's the only one he can really see pretty well. So, sorry, Andal, but this is what happens. Here it comes. Ooh, well done. More damage. There we go. Plus 10 more. Undo all of that work that Silva just did. And he's stuck there because that was pretty much his move. All right, top of the next round, Morgoth.
Okay. Let's see here. I am going to drink one of these bad boys.
Well, you did drink one of those bad boys, and it was a bad boy. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I have a note somewhere. Was that one of your healing potions from the... Oh, wait, nope. Different game. Continue. Different game. Continue.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, get clapped.
Okay, well, get exploded.
Well,
mistakes were made. Give me a dexterity saving throw. Although, I've been rolling pretty terrible on 5d6.
well, that's my 4th 20 today.
Well, you still take 7 points of damage. Oops, sorry.
Ow!
That was not right.
That's a bit more than 7.
Yeah. Where were you at? You were at 31, so you are now at 24. There you go.
Ooh, less pain.
Actually, I undid your damage to him. Give me a second. Let me reapply that. Sorry. Control Z, I guess, automatically undoes the last damage. Turns out. Yeah. All right. So you moved. Coming inside there, you don't see anybody. The only person who seems to be still going here is Andal and the cultist who's by him.
That's me then.
Okay. Sealgair. Oops, that was an accident.
Okay. So let's go towards the tower. 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. And I look around, and I'm
There's
gonna
sort of a
say,
strange kind of smear across the floor, and a couple of partially burning with strange multicolored fire bodies on the ground, but that's it.
"Loot the bodies!" No. So there's nothing really in here for me to target.
No, there's nobody in there. Everybody who's in there is dead.
Yeah. And I don't see anybody else.
Oh no, you ran literally right by somebody. That's why I was about to laugh. Like, why is everybody letting Andal deal with the last guy?
What last guy?
There's a
Where?
cultist on Andal.
It's a cultist on Andal right here.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to go that far then. I'll just.
That's why I was just like, why is everybody letting Andal?
I didn't see him. All right, I'll
Andal's
target
got
him.
this.
I mean,
Now watch, I'll probably
I'm sure
miss.
Andal does have this, but it was still pretty funny. I'm just like, everybody's going right by him.
Okay, I hit him. All right.
Ooh,
And
that was a
then
lot of damage. Two more.
that's the extra hematocrit. And you said he's not considered
No.
caster of magic.
No.
Okay.
I mean, he does, again, it's divine magic.
Yeah.
not
Well,
arcane.
I'm just thinking of for the witch hunt property whether he would be considered caster. If you say no, then it's no.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Andal. Andal.
Yes, indeed. Can't believe you guys were going to leave that guy for me.
Well, you wanted to kill somebody, right?
I already did.
Another one.
Yes, I did that too.
And he did it again and again.
All right. Well,
I got
disengage.
confused by all the exploding sorcerers.
Yeah.
I'm going to back up to here and I'm going to blast him.
Okay.
I have my bow out.
Okay. Fine. And you blast him, and he goes down. And in that's equal to or greater than his hit point total. An arrow basically goes through his throat, and he falls to the floor, falls to the ground in a heap. And I guess that will be the end of my combat, because one guy is still running away. All right, so all the guys are gone. What are you guys doing?
Who did he say is coming back?
Kilreth.
Yeah, have we ever heard of this Kilreth?
I don't know. Give me a
Arcana or
religion
history?
check. You can try to do it with Arcana or
Religion.
history, but the DC is higher.
Okay, religion check. Religion. Do I get advantage?
Nope.
Okay.
I do not have religion.
I mean, you could try Arcana. It's a much higher DC.
I've got history. Did that?
Even higher DC.
Okay, well, 19 probably won't do it.
Okay, no, nope. Not for history.
I only did a 10 on my religion.
Why did the homunculus get an 18?
It was supposed to be Silva.
The homunculus is going to explain it to you.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, homunculus can't speak, but
Of course, I used the good roll. Whatever.
yeah, this name means nothing to anybody so far.
I wonder if the archives would have something on it.
Maybe.
Probably. Let's see what they've got on their body. Any holy symbols or any type of What do they have?
Looking through the bodies, there's no money. In the two that are in the tower, they're basically burning with a multicolored fire. You avoid those guys, and they basically slowly burn to a dust. The three sorcerers do the same thing. They're basically burning. So if you wish to try to actually loot their bodies,
Yeah, put them out. Like,
you attempt to put it out, and it just starts burning whatever you attempt to put it out.
oh,
Chaos
okay.
fire is a bitch.
Yeah.
So those guys basically all burn to ash. But not everybody is like that. Some of the other cultists, and we'll get to once it takes about an hour for them to burn completely out.
Oh my
So
gosh.
if
Well,
you
is
wish
there
to wait for
anything in
that,
the
you can.
tower?
We'll get there.
Okay.
The cultists that are not burning, on them again, no money, but they have scimitars as just curved blades. It's called scimitars, but curved blade. And they are wearing a strange they've got a necklace with a strange little small pendant on it, which seems to be a circle inside of a triangle inside of a square.
They're geometry teachers.
That's what you find on the first guy. The second guy has square inside of a circle inside of a triangle. Third guy has square inside of a triangle inside of a circle. All of them seem to be different, but still the motif of the three pieces of geometry. The three regular polygon or regular shapes.
Well, you probably want to get all those and give those to your Inquisitioner person.
So there's that part. Inside, there's a bunch of sleeping rolls, like bed rolls and sleeping bags, that sort of stuff. There's a couple fire pits. One of them, which is currently lit. Actually, it was lit before that, but now it's got chaos fire kind of on it because the one guy died next to it. The other one's mostly just embers. There are some food stuff and things like that around here. The tower is itself, you can see that it's, well, here, let me apply this. Well, if you go inside.
Yeah, we'll go inside. Oh, I'll go inside.
If you go inside, you can see that, there are basically spots where the walls have collapsed. Sometimes you can see out of it. There's still a couple of arrow slit kind of things in a few spots that you can see out of. There is a roof overhead, but you can see these stairs right here go up, and basically there's rubble on them. There's a few holes in some of the roof spot or the floor above from things that have fallen. But for the most part, it seems to be decent up there, at least decent enough, which is probably why things like bandits and goblins use this every so often. Other than that, there's nothing else of interest while you're looking around. If you wish to wait for the hour for the sorcerers to stop burning, I can give you more information about that.
I will do a ritual to detect magic and look for any type of sigils or
doesn't seem
things
to be
written.
Anything anywhere other than the chaos fire that is burning.
Yeah, the glowing magic fire.
And it is even in your detect magic, your magical aura view, the type of magic just flickers between all the various types as this
I've
fire,
never seen this before. It's fascinating.
as the fire burns. Do you wish to wait?
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't have anything else to do.
Right, so about 30 minutes in, you can see that they burned enough that you can see that there is at least some kind of metallic thing in amongst the stuff that's burning. That is not burning away. So something is in there that you might want to find of interest. And eventually, about an hour later, when it completes burning and it kind of burns itself out, you can see that there is a necklace with an amulet in each one of these guys as well.
And it didn't burn?
No, it did not. It seems to be made of, the chain that it's on seems to be made of silver. The pendant is also of silver.
But the chaos fire didn't melt it? I thought silver had a relatively low melting.
It didn't seem to. Pulling it up, each one of them is similar to the same amulets that the cultists had. Just different motifs of the three different symbols, or three different shapes. Sometimes they're inside each other, sometimes they're interlocking. For like, of all the people of you, there's like what? Only one guy survived. Only one guy didn't get killed. So, you have 9 bodies here. So you have 9 of these pendants. Not a single one looks the same, but they all consist of a triangle, a circle, and a square. Sometimes they're inside of each other. Sometimes they're interlocking. Sometimes they're literally just touching each other. But none of them looks exactly the same.
But they are all different, unique, chaotic even. How many scimitars do we get total? Go ahead and pack those up.
6.
And there's nothing special about those, no markings, they're just normal.
No, they're just normal.
We could sell those.
I mean, they're a little rusty. They're nothing great, but
Oh, they're not great.
no.
So they're probably not worth selling.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they're rusty.
I want to kind of collect one as evidence to bring back to the church peoples.
Okay.
You probably want to give them these necklaces because
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The necklaces.
Yeah, so you
need-
have 9 of these necklaces.
All right.
We can always try to melt one down and see if it's what the metal's made of. But although since it didn't melt in chaos fire, it's really protected.
Yeah.
Did the necklaces glow magical?
Nope.
Hmm. And there aren't any books looking among their sleeping stuff. There's no books or anything. It's just
No, they're sorcerers, man. They don't need books.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, you don't necessarily know the sorcerers.
I was looking
But
for
you
a
look around, but you look around and there are no books or anything like that.
No manifesto or this is our
Nope.
evil plan.
Nope.
Well, crap.
I mean, you do see some marks upon the walls as if maybe either target practice or something like that. Although you initially think it's target practice until one of the marks upon the walls looks like the shadow of a person. So,
Oh, they were practicing their chaos magic.
so who knows? That maybe that was something. That's Pete saying there were supposed to be 4 of these sorcerers, and I forgot one.
Ah, okay.
But that's okay. It's all good. I was reading my notes. I'm like going, wait, I forgot to put a 4th one in. Oh well. So he's
Well, he
now
blew himself up.
a shadow on the wall.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that's it. We can't. Are there any tracks or anything? I'm
the
assuming
one guy ran away. The one cultist
Yeah.
ran. So you could try to go follow him if you want.
you want to do that. Nothing really else for us to do that I know of.
You want to search the rest of the tower or hunt them down?
Well, I
Well,
mean,
tower's empty, right? I mean,
you're
it's
in.
wreckage.
This is the only room. Like there's
Oh, okay.
above when you go outside and you look. The top of the tower above that floor is mostly there's some walls there, but it's mostly open to the elements. There's not a
Oh,
lot
okay.
of stuff there.
Then yeah, we can try to hunt them down if you want.
I mean, remember this tower.
If we can capture them alive, I can bring them back to the order for questioning.
No.
That might help appease our new lady in charge.
I smack my quarterstaff into my hand. Okay. Good clubbing never hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Well, hurt lots of people, but
All right. Well, you guys know which direction he ran in, but I mean, it's been an hour, so it's been a
Yeah.
little over an hour. So, if you guys want to track him, somebody give me a survival check and start. I mean,
Who's our
you
best
can start following in
survivalist?
that direction. Give me a survival check, but you have advantage because you know approximately which direction he went. It's just a question of trying to find his.
I
I
shall.
got this.
do you have anything special tracking wise, Shogar?
I do.
Oh.
The hell was it? Well, he said we get advantage anyway, right?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
actually have survival.
So do I. We can both do it. Probably gonna need it. Well, was that with advantage?
Yep.
Yep, it was. There you go. Morgoth.
Morgoth, you pick up the trail heading south, and you guys start to follow it. Over the next 10 minutes, it runs pretty straight and true until it reaches a kind of a spot here in these foothills where there's a small cliff. It's like maybe about 20 feet, more of like a bluff kind of cliff than anything else. and then it goes parallel to that to the east until he finds a spot that goes down. When you get to that point, give me another survival check, but no advantage this time. Not unless somebody helps you.
I will give them a help action. I'll let Hootie fly around, so that'll define the help action, I guess.
Regardless.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Unfortunately, you are unable to pick back up the... Well, actually, this guy's not keen. So the 11's good enough. The guy's not trying to really hide his tracks too much. You find that he kind of slipped and slid down the side there, and you follow it for another 30 minutes before he runs through, in essence, a copse of bushes and trees and things like that. Give me another skill survival check to see if you
I'll
can
continue
find it
with the helping
on the other side. You pick it up on the other side. Although it looks like he spent a little bit of, as you're kind of going through the bushes and stuff, you find a spot where it looks like maybe he stopped for a bit. Sat there for a little bit. Eventually then getting out through the other side. So maybe you've picked up just a little bit of time, or at least not lost as much as you thought. You follow this again for another about 20 minutes. Let's see, we're now about an hour. So you get to about an hour. You find that at this point in time, he's been running for that hour. From the looks of it, the steps are far enough apart that you think he ran, stopped in that bushes for a little bit, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then ran again, is what you're guessing. And so you now come to a spot where it's mostly, dried grass and stuff. Again, where it's winter, so it's actually kind of cool out. I've been meaning to tell you guys, it's actually it's a pretty brisk day in the sense that, you're maybe 40 degrees here at this point in time, and that's probably the high you're getting for the day. You continue to follow it for another 20 minutes. Give me another survival check as you guys reach the road. Actually, Sealgair's doesn't count because only one at this point. One person is doing it, you get advantage if somebody helps. But 21 is enough. He is heading south towards Tano. And you continue to follow that trail. Unless you guys are going to start running or something, there's very little chance of you catching up because he definitely seems to be running.
Plan on running.
Okay, you guys spend another hour. Give me one more trail check just to make sure that you're able to distinguish him from other things. This one's a normal roll because at this point in time, you're starting to run into all the traffic that's going out to the festival or the carnival. Barely are able to distinguish that it continues past the carnival and towards Tano. And eventually you lose the tracks when you get into more closer to Tano proper, as it goes into more hard packed dirt and just the sheer amount of people. But it's pretty clear he headed to the city and probably into it. He or she, because you never really got a good look at them. What are you guys doing now? You guys have made it back to Tano.
Are we
Can't
anywhere
hear
near
you, John.
Yeah, sorry. Are we anywhere near where they may have seen the colored lights? Or we thought?
No, you lost him when you got into town. Like,
into
you're
town.
just
itself,
basically in town.
Okay.
'Cause remember, you get into town, it's on cobblestone streets. Tracking
Yeah,
is
tracking next to
almost
impossible.
impossible. So,
Well, do you want to take all of these and you've got it done quickly. Do you want to take them back, Sealgair, and go see your person?
yeah, you got about an hour before dusk. Maybe a little less than that.
I want to get back as quick as we can. Travel
No,
as
you're
far
in,
as we can.
you're in
We're in
Tano.
town.
You're in town.
Oh yeah. wanna get them to her as quick as possible. So yeah.
All right. So Sealgair is headed towards the church. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I am going to go back and clean up and then maybe make some notes on the healing potion, get a better healing potion than a minor healing potion.
So you're going to start doing some alchemy stuff.
Yeah, alchemy
Okay.
stuff.
What time of day is it?
It is about an hour before dusk. You guys basically went there and came back, and it's been almost the whole day.
Okay. I'll just head back.
Okay. Andal, Morgoth, what do you guys?
Yeah, Andal's gonna head back as well. He blew up a lot of people today.
I'm also heading
He's got to
back.
come to terms with that.
Okay. All right. So everybody gets back to the spot. Sealgair, you make it to the temple about 10 minutes, or the church about 10 minutes later.
Okay.
The whole church is lit up like you expect here for it being in lights receding time, Lent, whatever you want to call it. Heading into the temple. The temple is lightly attended currently in the main hall. You see a few people in there. You would have expected more than that, given it's only the day after the initial start of this holiday season, or this church season, holy season. So that's a little odd, but you don't really think anything of it. It doesn't take you very long to find someone to get the attention of Cardinal Vezian. And before you know it, 5-10 minutes later, you are in her office, staring at short, blonde-haired woman, Cardinal Vezian.
Oh, she still gives me the creeps.
Well, I was about to give you the creeps right here by doing this.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. Okay.
She looks up at you. Actually, you get in there, and she literally makes you stand for like about 5 minutes while she seems to be writing something. She looked up at you once when you came in, and nodded for you to basically close the door, and then she continued writing something. She's now kind of rolling it up, and she gets out. You can see that in a flame. She takes some. She had some wax kind of heating in a thing. She takes it and wipes it on the thing to seal it, and then she takes her ring and presses it into it, and then she sets it to the side, and she says, "What is so urgent that you need to see me immediately?"
So I drop to one knee and hold out the medallions. We investigated the tower and found some sorcerers holed up there. We killed them. These are their amulets. One of the cultists escaped. We tracked them to where we lost them, and I reported immediately back to you.
She stands up, which isn't really different from her sitting down because she's only like 5 feet. She walks around the desk and she takes one of the things and she looks at it and she says, And then she says, "What do you mean by we?" And then she goes back around and takes a seat. You can hear the chair creak a little bit.
Well, the group I'm part of, remember?
I understand.
The one I was tasked to infiltrate.
Uh-huh. And
And
why did you take them with you? And what did you tell them?
just that we needed to investigate some goings on at the tower, and it was we got there and they came at us. They were using dark magic, so
Understandable. I understand your orders were to go and find this and root it out, and that is it seems as what you have done. I am concerned now that you have let it slip that you are part of something that people should not know about.
only what was needed for them to know, but no more
All
or
right,
less.
now give me a deception check.
Oh. Do I look really scared to her?
No, but you are technically lying because you have told them about the order.
I bet you I'm scared. Shaking in my daggone boots.
She says, this seems like a problem.
I am simply doing my mission to the best of my abilities. I've infiltrated. I'm gaining
She
their
just puts up a
trust.
hand as you continue to do that. As you continue to
And
babble.
stop.
As you continue to
When she-
babble. And then she says, maybe this is for the best. Maybe it will. She ponders something for a moment. She says, I believe this is. It's okay that they potentially know a little bit about you. Will help the trust. Please put the rest of those strange medallions onto or necklaces onto my desk. Why are they all different? Literally, that's what she asked.
Some belong to what seem to be full-on sorcerers. The others, some
Every
of their
single one is different,
followers?
by the way.
Oh, okay. Never
Every
mind.
single one.
I don't know.
The only commonality, like I was saying before, is that all of these pendants consist of a circle, a square, and a triangle, just in some combination. Sometimes interlocking, sometimes just touching, sometimes inside of each other. Sometimes vertical, sometimes horizontal. It's just they're all different. They just have that one common thing.
Yeah. I don't know. May I access the library the archives to investigate this?
You haven't given her a name yet, right? You didn't say.
I
don't think you've said it so far to me. I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
You don't have to say the name. I'm just asking if you have said
Yeah,
it.
no, I don't think I said it, and not necessarily because I'm trying, but she's
Nope.
scaring the bejesus
No,
out of
that's
me,
fine.
and I'm not remembering everything.
No, I'm not asking you for any kind of deception roll or anything like that. I'm just asking if you had said the name. And
No,
I don't think you have.
I'm just saying she's scaring the bejesus out
she
of me, and
says,
I'm not remembering everything.
I don't know of anything of this nature, but believe it is worth the check of the archives to see if maybe something of this has been seen before. I will grant you a week to search for it.
Okay.
I currently do not have any other pressing matters that I know of. That being said, there is a group. Well, this is something we have known for quite some time. There is a group of druids that works around here. Normally they keep to themselves, and not that I'm saying that they are not keeping to themselves now, but it would be nice to know more about them, where their allegiances lie. So, at some point, it doesn't have to be right this moment, we should probably try to seek them out. I will say, Dresda, and the rest of you, if you mention it to them, you guys have met somebody who's part of it, so.
Okay.
You don't have to say anything or act surprised or anything like that. That one's an easy one to avoid for stuff, but good. I'm glad
gonna go meditate in the archives.
She says, good. I'm glad this one was quickly resolved. Gives me a bit more confidence in your abilities. Do not, and I stress this, do not give away any more of our secrets to this group. It has gained you some trust. This is good. But remember, they potentially are delving into heretical magic and will need to be dealt with at some point. Keep this in mind. You're dismissed. And she pulls out another sheet of a scroll and starts writing on it.
Yeah, I'm going straight to the archives, and whatever time I have, I'm gonna start digging up information, trying to find stuff like maybe the name of the person that was mentioned in his return.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure of exactly what his name was. Like, I might have changed it. There was what originally I had for it, but let me check real quick. Let me check the. Oh God. Let me check something real quick, and then I will give you an answer as to whether or not it is still that. Wrong one. I can't find it right this second, but I'll let you know by next time. I mean, it's probably still the same name. I can't currently find it, but we'll go with it for now. It's fine. All right, so you start searching for that. As in anything in the archives, it takes a while. So how long do you plan on spending this day doing it? Basically, what do you guys want to do for the next week is the short answer to this, as time moves, as we start to move time forward again.
Yeah, I'm still living in that house with them, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll, other than when I need to be meeting with them or maybe getting supplies or resting, that kind of thing, I think I'll spend a lot of my spare time trying to dig information out of the archives.
Okay. All right. So when we reach Bazet the 8th, we're currently on the 2nd, and I'll have you give me an investigation roll for what potentially might happen.
Does that mean I get access to the forbidden sections now too?
No. Not unless you want to try to figure out some way to break into
Persuade, maybe?
No, you don't. They don't give you access to that.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean you can't look up other things that you at the same time. So if there's something else you want to look for at the same time, by all means, let me know. The thing here is you're not stealing an hour here or there. You're actually spending time there. So in this case, some of the DCs won't be as high as they were when you were only stealing an hour here and there. So,
okay.
So you're researching. Let's go to John. Artemis. What is Artemis doing for the next week?
So Artemis, for now, is going to talk to Morgoth and see if he can speak with his sisters.
Okay.
About joining the alchemy and where the location is of the was it Hammer and Vial?
Hammer and Vial. Yep. Well, I mean, you can always go see his sisters. You know where he lives.
Okay. Well, I'll do that.
Are you going to do that yet today, or are you going to wait till the next?
I'm going to do it in the morning tomorrow. Okay. The rest of the day, I'm going to finish this. Trying to get to a regular healing potion instead of a minor. I don't know how that's going to affect the new stuff. So
no, it doesnn't matter. Your normal, the normal alchemy, just making stuff like that, is still all the same. I just have to find my book. Where's my book? Did I take it somewhere? Oh, there it is. So to get it to the next one, it's going to take time, because that's mostly what it is at this point, is to take time.
Right.
And you will need to do, let me find potion of healing, because you want to basically make a potion of healing. That one is going to take you, once I find it, of healing. All right, so that is going to take you, if you want to do it without having to actually do any kind of check, it's going to take you 3 days of 8 hours each.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right. Once you do that, then you will only need to do a check if you want to try to hurry it up, basically, after that. Like, once you have this done, it'll take 8 hours to make one potion of healing, but the first time it takes longer. Because you don't want to do a check. If you want to do a check, then you could do it in 8 hours.
No, I don't want to do a check.
Right. That's fine.
Do this one right.
Mm-hmm.
So after I do complete
so you
that,
start doing that is what you're going to be starting to do. Okay, what was your question?
Then I was going to go and try to find the Alchemist Guild and see.
Okay. All right, so 3 days from now, you'll be trying to do that. Morgoth, what are you doing?
I guess I'm sort of, lazing about, seeing if anybody needs my assistance.
Remember, there's also the carnival, by the way, in case somebody wanted to go do something with that, if they so desire. Just as a reminder to everyone.
Artemis is hardcore making potions.
Okay, Morgoth, what did you say you were doing?
I'm sort of just lazing about.
Okay, so Morgoth is doing nothing. Andal, what are you doing? What is your plan for the week? Like, that might get interrupted by something, but what is your plan for the week?
Andal was going to do more work with the new weapon stuff that he got, but he also wants to go to he also wants to go to the carnival, at least for like a little bit of time.
Okay, do you have a particular day you want to go?
What is the best day?
Well, so it's only going to last until the 6th. So you have basically, it's evening now. So you could try to go this evening, or you could go the next 3 days, or any of the next 3 days.
He'll go tomorrow.
Okay. Otherwise, you're going to practice weapons. Okay. Sorry, Silva. Anything in particular you're going to do, or are you just trying to get the stuff to make the items that you need to learn more about the Ethereum? Also, do you plan on going every day to the slums to share money around, or
not every day? I was thinking to start. I'd go for the first. I'd go twice in that first week. So I was planning on going the next day, but after that, I was gonna go like once a week.
Okay, so you want to go tomorrow?
Correct.
All right. So we will fast forward to the 3rd, because that's where everybody's now at. We're all on the 3rd at this point. So today's your first day of your healing potion stuff. Again, it only has to do 8 hours a day. So once 8 hours is up, Artemis,
I can do other stuff.
Yeah, you can do other stuff. So it's not, you don't have to be 100% on this thing. Sealgair, you've spent most of the day looking through the library. Once we get towards the end of the week, let me know what you're trying to find, or you can let me know now if you want. Morgoth, you're lazing. Your sisters came back to yesterday, all smiles. Seems that Melita has accepted them as students. They are they are accepted, but they don't start their apprenticeship until the beginning of next year, or until the beginning of next month. Next year is a different answer in the Sealgair calendar, because the year begins on the summer solstice. So that's not going to work here. So yeah, beginning of next month, they will start their apprenticeship. And that you're lazing away. Silva, you go out, and how much money do you wish to spread around this time?
Probably something like 30 or 40 gold pieces. I'm gonna spend a lot longer time there.
Okay, well,
maybe
30 or 40 gold pieces is a lot of money, but for these people. But okay, so Silva spends all day providing alms to the poor.
I'll probably do 30. But I did 10 the first time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll do 30.
All right, so you end up basically, continuing going through there. At some point during the day, the one person who you had talked to, the one matron the first time, you see her again. She doesn't accept any money this time. She says, no, you've given me some, make sure that other people's get it. But she does say, given your help here, I was going to give her a name. At this point, I don't have a name yet, so give me a second. She says, you learn her name is not medieval Chinese. There we go. You learn that her name is Ciara. And she says, after declining to take some money, she says, have you had a chance to, did I mention to you last time that Kalani had been arrested?
Yes, I believe so. I'm sorry, I haven't had a chance to get over and to look into it. I was off. I was out of town yesterday.
The biggest thing you could do to help us at this point, instead of just for passing around money, which is also helpful. Do not mistake what I'm saying. But Kalani is our main healer here in the slums. She provides invaluable services for the rest of the people here. if anything, getting her back and helping her get stocked of things that we need for all the sick children and things of that nature will be a much better use of your money if you are so inclined.
I'll see what I can do.
I do not know why she was arrested.
No, should be not too hard to look into it and find out. Sure, it's just a simple misunderstanding.
I hope so. That would be the best result for all of this, but I suspect it is something else.
Yes, well, most things are never easy.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, the rest of the time you spend, you provide money to people and stuff like that. That's just the only interesting thing that comes up out of it. Still, basically, she's the only matriarch the older woman that is coming, or that you were seeing, at least this time around.
For the younger people, she kind of wants to maybe change tactic and if, for lack of a better word, start to try and develop a little bit of a cult of personality, but amongst the younger people.
Okay.
Try and like build herself up through.
How are you doing that?
That's a good question. Well, I guess she can tell stories of like their adventure to the north thing. She won't like actually say names or anything like that or give specifics, but use the basis of where her travels to kind of tell stories of her heroics or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And pledging help and things like that to people.
I see. Okay. Then give me a performance check.
Yep.
As you are trying to impress them. With advantage, because they already are happy with the money you're giving them. So yeah, you're able to cult of personality is not really the right way, but you're able to impress them with your sort of with what you're able to do and what the stories you tell and that sort of stuff. You see a few of the younger people thinking a bit as you kind of talk this. Both men and women, they're both kind of you see sort of a like wonder. It's more of kind of like not a determination, but like it's like they're reevaluating something that they thought maybe was already set in stone, kind of. Maybe not, and not necessarily about you, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, you think you've gotten through to them a little bit.
Well, good enough.
All right, so you do that for that day, and that means this particular day, because you spent so much time doing all this sort of stuff, you are unable to get some stuff. No, that's not true. You get some of the things that you need for your thing. This time you're able to get to a jeweler's and get some of the lenses that you need for in essence, you're trying to make a version of the magnifying eye that Castor has.
Right.
So today you were able to get some of the lenses you need. You realize that you probably need a few more to get to the level of detail that you want. So you're at this point in time, you're actually going. The next step for you is to try to go into the forges and see if you can find someone who could potentially make you one or two of the type you need.
Okay.
Andal, we'll get to you in a second. Sealgair, you're doing your thing with the stuff, with the archives. During this day, at one point, you notice Cardinal Vizian show up. She just shows up in the thing, doesn't actually come talk to you or anything like that, but you know that she's watching you. For maybe about 20 minutes, and then she leaves. Artemis, your brewing is going fine. You get everything set up. You start the brewing. Everything's doing all that.
I know, so we just need to buy it. Because I was thinking, Brian probably smoked the fuck out.
Brian,
So-
I really didn't want to hear from your girlfriend.
I'm gonna ask for a sample of that. Another sample of that wound that Andy's got. The tattoo.
Yeah. The stain on his body.
Yeah. See if it's progressed at all, or if it's still.
Andal, did you want to show him?
Yeah, I'll show it to him.
Okay. It's still it's gotten a little bit. No, it's still the same size. Where you took some the last time, it's where it's spread a little bit. So if you take some more,
Yeah.
give me a medicine check.
It spread a little bit from where I took it last time.
Yeah, you took some the last time and it spread. When it healed, it spread.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah. So give me a medicine check.
Ugh.
Not the greatest one. You're able to get a sample, but it takes a bit longer and a bit more than you really wanted to.
Stop squirming.
But
Sorry,
you're able to get something. It's just
this is for your own good and science.
So you have a bit more of it, and you kind of head off into your spot again.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I'll set that aside, and I will go ahead and talk to the guild. Go find out where the guild is.
So you go and talk with Morgoth and his sisters.
Yes.
That's what you'll end up doing first. Getting to Morgoth's house, coming inside, or at least Morgoth, I'm assuming you let him in. The two girls, you find the two girls kind of experimenting again. Like now that they know that they're going to be apprentices, they're actually doing stuff. And Morgoth's house just smells atrociously bad. A lot of burned things. They're clearly overheating some of the stuff that they're trying to work with. In their exuberance, they're just not really paying too much attention to what they're doing. They're just so excited that they're just trying stuff willy-nilly, and most of the time they're just, the Bunsen burner is a little too hot.
I'll point out to Morgoth, maybe I know something that'll get rid of some of the smell, some herb, or which will stop those. And I would go to talk to them and ask them, say congratulations, and I'm an alchemist too, and I was wondering how I haven't been to the guild here yet, so I was hoping you might tell me where to go. And
one of them jumps in with, "Oh well, you should just go see the person we're gonna do, Melita. She can help you, I'm sure."
Well, I would love an introduction if you do not mind.
They're like, well, we're kind of in the middle of something. And so
well, it doesn't have to be
today. A
today.
little puff of smoke goes out of something that they're working on.
And you might try. I've known some, may not be here, but on some of my things that passed, a little less heat does tend to make things come out a little better.
Okay. Sure. I mean, I guess.
As I said, it doesn't have to be tonight. In the next week or so, if you have any time, I would really appreciate it.
We'll send them. Well, I mean, how about you could probably just go talk to her if you're an alchemist.
Okay. Well, I just don't know where she is, but where is she at? And if you'll give me the address.
They point out that she is she's actually, when they give you a sort of the addresses, when they give you directions, she's actually about maybe a block down from Martex, along that row.
Okay.
That trader row. So she's not that far away from some place you already know about. And they're like, I guess we could give you a note or something to say that we're the ones. I don't know if that would help though.
Rather than have a stranger show up on the door, perhaps it might be a good icebreaker, if nothing else.
All right.
But whatever you're comfortable with.
One just goes and gets some paper and starts writing up something and hands it to you. And basically you look at it. I mean, they're like mid-teens, so they're not super.
Gotcha.
So it's written up and it's basically like, it basically says, Melita, this guy works with our brother. He's an alchemist too. And then it's signed her name. That's basically what it says.
They're not wrong. I mean,
I'm not.
And her name is Melita with an M or L-I with an L?
Melita. Melita.
Okay, I got it right then.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know what time of day, but I will go see her at sometime in the afternoon, right after lunch.
Yeah, right now we're kind of
okay. So
open
I'll
with
go
time,
see
so
her.
it can be. All right, so you head down that row and find the spot and knock on the door. And after a moment, you hear 1 moment, please, and we'll come back to you.
Sure.
Andal, you wanted to go to the carnival. Did you want to go during the day, the evening? Did you want to take somebody with you? Try to convince somebody to go with you? I'm asking. You can go by yourself. It's fine.
Oh, let's see. They're gone the whole day. He's busy though.
Wait.
We'll go bully Morgoth into coming.
All right. Morgoth, you're being bullied. Do you go with him to the carnival?
I'll go to humor the kid.
All right. Again, during the day, at night, when do you guys want to do this?
I was thinking around lunchtime.
Okay. So you head over there and you reach something that I may not have put people. Oh, I did. Sweet. All right. You reach Kalen's Traveling Mysteries. And there are a decent number of people there. I mean, you should be able to see already on the map that I've got going through. It is 1 silver piece to get in. And then when you're speaking with a person who's like, hey, how does this work? 1 silver piece to get in. That means you can watch the show in the big top without having to worry about paying anything for that. But any of the mysteries, and he literally says mysteries, will cost extra.
Okay. Well, I'll pay the entrance fee for the big top just to go see what they got.
Okay. I mean, the 1 silver piece gets you into the thing. It just, as part of that 1 silver piece, you're allowed into the big top for the show. That's all.
Yeah.
Like, even if you don't want to go into the big top, you still have to pay a silver piece to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay,
So,
that makes sense.
yeah. So you guys pay and you come in. Heading into the thing, you see that there are 10 smaller tents and then the larger tent that you can see here. And I'm going to change this so that it doesn't take long for you guys to see most of the area. So I'm going to do this, and that. So you can now see the map. All right. So where do you guys want to go first? What do you want to look at? There are several, as you kind of go around the various places, as you get to this tent here, I gotta make sure which one it is because I did some stuff here. Gotta find as you get to this tent here, you see a sign on it. The sign shows a picture of a tiger's head, and underneath the picture it says Rakshasa. To get into this, though, will require another silver piece. As you look to the south of that, towards this one right here, that one has a picture. Has a board outside which shows several dwarven runes, and underneath them it says Morgoth the Mysterious. Either of those interest you?
I like mysterious things.
Oh.
So Andal wants to check out that one.
Okay. So you want to do that one. Morgoth, are you interested in anything? It'll cost you silver to go. Any of these outside tents, except for the big one, will cost you silver to go into as well.
Yeah.
So you're going to pay silver and go into Morgoth the Mysterious?
Yes.
All right. So you head inside the tent. You pull open the flap and head inside. It's dim in the interior. There's a single candle kind of lighting the interior. There is a dwarven woman sitting behind a table. There are 6 chairs around the table and a white cloth covers it. The dwarven woman kind of stands up and says, welcome. Welcome to my table of fortune. Please sit and we will go through how your life will unfold. said.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. She pulls out. She sits down and she pulls out a black cloth bag, chants some words, bibbity bobbity boobity boo. Not exactly that, but she chants some words in Dwarven, which basically, actually, you know what this is because you do speak Dwarven. She literally says, "Great runes of the sky, of the dark sky, show me this man's future." Then she says, "What question do you wish to have answered about your future?" Do you have a question for your future?
I'm trying to think of how to word the question that I think Andal would be asking.
I just realized now that we've been doing this for a little over 3 hours, but I don't need to stop yet. I was just.
What are the winning lottery numbers?
Yes, what is the winning lottery?
1, 2,
No.
3, 4, 5,
All these numbers will win.
6. Powerball.
Well, they
54.
will win. It's just not in that order.
Yeah, true. Basically, he wants to ask about the weird stuff ever since he
What
the
weird
ball,
stuff?
like the
thing that's affecting him?
Yeah, the thing that's affecting him.
Okay. Are you going to say, am I going to survive this? You need something more specific.
Yes, I know.
I mean, it's a valid question. I just need something more specific so I can. This is a chance to gain a little bit of information about stuff depending on what I want to provide, but I need a more specific question to be able to give you a vague answer.
Yes, the question must be specific, so my answer can be vague specifically.
No.
Specifically vague. He will ask. He'll ask how it's going to he'll ask if it will change him, I guess.
Okay. All right. So she pulls out dips into the bag, pulls out a rune, puts it on the thing, and she does that 3 more times, and basically puts them in a cardinal direction. So you've got basically four runes out. She then chants a little bit more. In this case, the dwarven words are basically, "Please, I supplement what I have seen with more of your wisdom." And then she pulls 4 more out and puts them at the diagonal spots. And then she looks them over, and you see a slight cock to one eyebrow as she says, "I see great power in your future related to this affliction. It does not seem to be affliction at all, but a means to an end." That being said, the runes are a bit confusing. It seems to say that you are a tool, a weapon to be honed.
Okay.
And then she pushes all the things together and puts them back in the bag and says, "Thank you for your time. I hope this has been most illuminating for you." Silver piece, 1 question. Morgoth, what are you doing at the same time here?
I am.
Do you continue on and looking at some of the other tents?
Yeah.
All right. So the tent, next one on the north side. So this one here, the purplish pink one. Outside that one, there is a picture. There's a board with a picture on it of a beautiful woman's face. Underneath the picture, it says Siishi. Again, you must pay a silver piece to be able to get in. If you wish to do that, just let me know. Otherwise, I will continue on to the blue one on the top, to this blue one here, the light blue one. That one, when you look at it, it shows a picture of a demon's head. Underneath the picture, it says demon. The one below here, this one right here, sort of the yellowish one, shows a picture of what seems to be a dark gray man with bulbous features. Underneath their picture, it says fabric. And the one next to it, the darker blue one here, as you kind of approach it, you hear sounds of music coming from it. And it shows a picture of the head of a man with a slight smile on his face. Underneath the picture, it says Merlin. So that is all these 6 top ones.
The one that says Merlin.
Okay, so you pay a silver piece and head inside. Well, you wait a few minutes as the show. Currently they're doing a show inside with it. Afterwards, you head inside. You pay the silver piece. You head inside with about 5 or 6 other people. There are 2 oil lamps that are lighting the interior. A curtain covers half of this interior. The back half is from the side you're coming in. A few moments after you guys are all get in, the curtain is lifted, and a man with no arms or legs is sitting on a small table. Literally, his torso is just planted on top of a table. He nods his head, clears his throat, and starts singing a hauntingly beautiful song. This man's voice is like an angel. And the people around you become enraptured by both the song and the voice. Check something? Morgoth, you're kind of watching it and feeling the music pretty well. And then you feel a slight tug at your belt.
Well, I'll check my money.
As you move your hand down there and look down there, you see there's a little boy there. And he kind of looks up at you and frozen like a deer in the headlights. And he's definitely got his hand on your pouch.
I stare at him.
He kind of slightly lets his hand go, and then continues on to the next person, where while you watch him, he deftly takes some of the money out of the pouch of the guy next to him and continues on through the people in the room.
Tell me when he leaves.
After I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 minutes of this singing, he kind of sneaks out of a flap.
Okay, I follow him.
The flaps are closed. I mean, if you want to, you can go outside the flap, but
Okay, well, I was just gonna try and follow him, find him, and then make him give me half of what he got.
After about a few more, like about another minute, the song winds down. The man nods. The limbless man nods. The curtain drops, and you guys are escorted from the tent. Looking around as you kind of come out, you don't see the kid anywhere.
Shame.
About the same time as when Andal comes out of his tent as well. In the interest of time and that sort of stuff, the other tents, the big green one here, shows a... I don't have these exactly the right time. Shows a picture of a wave of water, and there's no text underneath it. This one right here, this big one of the yellowish big one. That one shows a rather brutish head, brutish as in brute. Underneath the picture, it says Ekeg. This dark blue, bigger one here. Was intended for John. It doesn't show a pic. Sorry. It shows a picture of a chest on it, and underneath the picture it says Demeter. And then this orange one here is the last one. It shows. Yes. It shows a picture of a wolf's head on the outside, and underneath the picture it says Katya. Anyway, you guys want to see any of the other ones? So,
should be.
Not really. I think I did the thing.
I want to see Demeter. Let's go see
well,
Demeter.
you're not there, so. All right, so you guys wander and head into the big top at some point. When you reach the big top, while you come in during the show, so the show is actually in progress while you're there. It's a one-ring circus, or it's a one-ring thing. While the show is showing, I gotta find my notes for it. 1 second. A man starts up who's clearly the ringmaster. He says, "Good evening. I am Kalen the Magnificent," and he, bows and stuff like that. He starts doing basically magic tricks, but the typical sleight of hand style magic tricks. So making things disappear and reappear, calls some people down, does some stuff with them, that sort of stuff. That then transitions to a knife throwing act, which leads and to as more people come in, it turns into acrobatics and a bunch of clowns. At some point, that kind of comes out, and an exotic animal trainer act is shown, which has 3 jaguars. Also, by the way, as you went in, the what I'm looking for, the cages out here did have stuff in them. Intriguingly enough, a dire wolf. Sorry, why is this not showing up? Oh, I'm on the right one. Sorry. The cages outside did have some stuff in them as you entered. A dire wolf, an owl bear, a lion, which is unusual for Kelvin because lions are rare here, and a panther. The animal act inside is a bunch of panthers. And then, which all final goes into a finale, which is a series of magical holograms, for lack of a better term, images that start showing up in a variety of things. Just interesting little, telling a sort of a story of some sort that all ends with a final thing where all of the people who've been in the show kind of come in amongst these images and do sort of a finale kind of thing. I'm not describing very well, so. And then that ends the show. You guys, do you want to do anything else with the carnival or not?
I think I've seen everything.
You literally went into one thing and then you saw the show. All right, you guys head out.
Hey man, Morgoth got bullied into it. I don't know.
That's fine. That's fine. You guys head out, and that'll be the end of Bazier the Third. As we go back to Artemis, as the door opens up and a middle-aged Dari woman opens the door. She's got dark hair with streaks of gray. She says, "May I help you?" As we're back at Artemis.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Brother Artemis, and I believe I know some of your assistants, and I was hoping you might help me. I am relatively new to town and was hoping to discuss alchemy.
See.
And I present the letter to them.
Okay, so she takes the letter and puts like the binocular kind of thing, the double thing on her nose, and she looks it over and says, and you can see a slight smile as she reads it. It's like, so you know the twins, do you?
How do you know them? I know their brother much better. We've had some travels together.
Brother Artemis, did you say?
Yes. Friar Artemis.
This says that you are an alchemist?
I am.
know of too many friars who become Artemis. Or alchemists. Not Artemis.
I've had
friars become Artemis all the time.
I've had quite a winding path.
See.
Shall we say.
And what brings you to my door? Why does the winding bring you to my door?
Well, I am in the city, and I would like to present myself to the guild and perhaps get sponsored, because I would like to during the winter, and I have some knowledge of herbs, and would like to learn and make some potions. Is it proper to say that, do I know they sell potions, or is this strictly a learning type guild?
The only potion shop you know of in the city is Potions by Dios. That doesn't mean that other people don't sell them. This is just the only one you know of so far. You've not been able to find another potion shop. So alchemists sell them directly? You're not sure. That's sort of the question you're looking for here.
Yeah,
I mean, in other cities they might, but in this one you're just not sure.
Yeah.
She says, "Oh, my manners. Please come in." And she takes you into a sort of a quaint kind of sitting room area here in the beginning. It's not too big. You can see some doors that kind of go off, and you see a hall on one side. Clearly, the goes off into to the left. There's a door to the right, and there's a door straight across. But the room here is maybe 10 by 15. It's not very large. She sits in a chair and offers you one and says, "So you're an alchemist. What would you consider your level?" You graduated as a journeyman. You technically where you were from, you had to have been a journeyman to do what you were doing before you left. And you were.
I am an experienced journeyman at this point.
See. Well, the way the guild works is that you will need to have someone sponsor you. And you do realize that it's a joint guild. The Artificers and the Alchemists because we only have so many here. There's not a ton of them that we work together. But it has to be another alchemist that sponsors you in.
I had heard something along those lines.
Okay. Because I don't know you or any of your stuff, I could potentially sponsor you, but it will require some trials on your part, so I can get a gauge on your skills and your abilities.
I would expect nothing less.
And she kind of brushes her hair back a little bit, and it's at that point you notice that she's got some slight points to the ear that you can see.
Elvish, or she doesn't have a tail, so I guess it would have to be elf, or she's tall enough, so it's elf.
You thought she was Dari before you walked in. When you walked in, so she says, typically this is a series of tests, and she goes over basically what it is. And so it's a series of alchemy challenges that will happen over the next couple of weeks or the next month or two, because it. And some of them are more simple than others, because you're journeyman. Some of them are going to take a while. The first is a simple check that'll probably take you about a day, but must be completed with 1 week and requires approximately 50 gold pieces of components. I'm just giving you game mechanics because I didn't come up with what exactly she's going to ask you for.
Right. Okay.
The second is another alchemy check that takes a few days, and again must be completed within a week. Within that first week. All right. That one requires 75 gold pieces of components.
Ouch.
The third one is again another check that takes a week. It must be completed within 2 weeks of you starting this whole thing. So once you start the clock on this thing, you basically have a certain amount of time to get done.
Right.
And to do all of the tests. And that one requires about 100 gold pieces of components. The final, it takes about 2 weeks and has a timeline of 1 month. So to do this whole thing will take you about a month at the most. Like you could potentially finish it quicker than that, and requires 250 gold pieces of components. So in essence, you're gonna have to have about
a lot of gold,
500 gold to do these testing. And then she says, if that is if you complete those, then I can provide you with a letter of recommendation to the guild, at which point you can apply, and there's an application fee and then dues once a month. As long as to remain in good standing. You don't have to pay them. If you don't pay them, you don't have to go through this entire process again, because you've already done through all the stuff, but you potentially might have to pay for back dues.
To get back in.
Yep, to get back in.
That's fair. So I would have to, as I said, I'm relatively new to the city, so I have to secure some of the fundage on the funds.
Well, it's not cheap to be an alchemist.
No, I am very aware. especially when one travels.
That being said, there are some benefits there. The guild can find you. It does provide discounted rates on some of the harder to find ingredients for various things. You get access to potions by DS to sell things through for a discounted on the tax. So there's a few benefits from these. There's several benefits from these things. Plus, just being able to work with other like-minded individuals to figure out new formula and those sorts of things are also a possibility here.
Yes,
the game mechanics here is that you can legitimately sell potions, usually through Potions by Dios is how they sell them. You can swap formula with other alchemists, and you can get some discounts on getting ingredients.
Okay.
And ingredients and accoutrement. So, like, if you need specialized equipment to do a particular thing, you can go to the guild and potentially just utilize it and then bring it back, things like that. So you don't necessarily have to buy something in every case.
That seems very fair, and I certainly appreciate you being willing to do that. As I said, it'll be a little time before I can start the trials, just due to the funds, but I shall have those hopefully within the next 2 months, and we can start then if that is it. If you're available then.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sure. Sounds good.
Excellent.
Good to meet you, Artemis. Was it?
Yes, Artemis. I would ask. I have come across something in my travels, and it is a type of fungus that was found in a cave that is I found on one of our party, and I was wondering if you might have any thoughts on it.
Herbs and those sorts of things are not my forte. It's not my particular area.
Then
I use them, but I don't know the things and herbs. Sorry, herbs, fungus, natural things. I tend to be more things like crystals and that sort of stuff. But if you wish, you could speak with Lucien Tremot. He is one of the master alchemists in the guild. He might be able to help you with a bit. He is sort of an apothecary more than anything else as part of our guild. He tends to specialize in herbs and funguses and things of that nature. I've heard
excellent.
Heard he is known to dabble in some ooze things as well, which just she shivers a little bit.
Understandably, things can smell bad, but then the oozes that move, and those are a challenge, shall we say?
Yes,
but I am in your debt. Thank you for this.
Well, I mean, anytime, come back, and if you wish to do it, then we can get started. I will be a bit more busy after penitence, as I will have taken on the two twins, who are a bit rambunctious, and if only their mother had taught them that they should not dabble so much with some of these herbs that they do. Oh well.
They do seem to like to apply a little heat to everything that perhaps may not be needed as much.
Possibly.
Yes.
But
thank you for your time. I will take no more of your time, but thank you again. And as soon as I
you head out.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. She sees you to the door, and you head off.
Okay. And who has the scimitars that we can sell those suckers? Not that we can get much out of them, but at some point,
the stuff.
Yeah, just try to sell those 7 scimitars, I believe, 6 scimitars, and add it to the party funds.
Anybody doing anything else on the 3rd? I mean, you're going to try to sell the stuff. Scimitars are like, I think, a silver piece or something. They're not very expensive. Maybe 2 gold or something.
Someone wants to go look into why.
Remember, you're already done with the 3rd, because remember you spent most of the day trying to give out money.
Oh, sorry, I thought.
Yeah, we'll get to the next day here in a second. Actually, scimitar. Well, so this is a curved weapon. Not really a scimitar. It's so you can probably get 5 gold apiece for each of them.
Okay. So
Even rusted.
sell those, and then
Um,
let's see how many of us are there, and we'll divide that. Or we could just put it towards the rent. That'd be just as easy. Of course, not everyone lives there, so. Okay, I'm done for that day, and I'll
Okay.
divide it.
All right, so we reached Bezier the 4th.
So everyone, I give you 6 gold because there are 5 of us. So everyone gets 6 gold each.
Okay. What are you guys doing on the 4th? Or should I skip ahead to the end of the week?
I'm gonna split time between the healing potion, which I don't know when that, and then I'm gonna start looking at
Your healing potion
Andy's.
will be the 5th.
Okay, and then look a little bit at Andy's growth.
Okay. All right, so we'll get to when we get to the 5th, we'll do your thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Silva, you're gonna go and
look into the why.
All right, so you ask around a bit and finally find one of the gatehouses where near the actual slums where you find out that she's being held. Speaking with the constable on guard there, or he provides, in essence, to you what sounds like a made-up story, a cockamamie story, a trumped-up charge where Kalani was part of a group of people protesting the fact that firewood has not been provided to the slums for heat. And we're now, the 4th day into Bessay. It's a little cold out there. Actually, yesterday it barely broke freezing, and today started really cold. So, legitimate reason for being upset, but she got basically arrested.
Okay.
For this protest. To get her out, she has to pay a fine. The fine is 10 gold pieces. Clearly, she does not have that money.
I'll pay the fine.
All right. So you pay her fine. Silva pays Kalani's fine.
So 10.
It's probably cheaper than giving away money.
Constable basically takes the money. About 10 minutes later, Kalani is released. Sees you, recognizes you, and thanks you. Says, "Oh, Silva, was it correct?
Yes,
Thank you very much."
Of course.
And then she starts hiding out. I'm assuming you're following with her. And you get outside, and she continues towards the slum. She's like, "What do I owe this kindness?"
Oh, man.
Do you need some healing? Is that as Brian coughs up a lung?
Sorry. I'm just trying to help out the slums, and I was over there, and I'd overheard one of the what was the name? Hold on, I gotta put it down. Sierra over there told me about you being arrested. So I came down to try and figure out why and help you out.
Yes, Baron feels a need to hoard all of the firewood for the city and none for us, or at least very little. Soon we're going to have to start burning some of the homes themselves just to keep people warm, prevent the elderly from freezing to death. But we shall see.
We'll see what happens.
She basically will do some small talk, but it seems like she's really trying to get back to the slums and get back to her spot. Is there anything in particular you want to ask her or talk to her about?
Yeah, I'll say before you leave, what else could I get you supply wise I understand firewood. I can try and get as much as I can, but like medicine-wise, your stores, what can
herbs
I get?
and that same nature. I mean, come back tomorrow and I can give you a list of things if that is really what you wish to do.
Yeah, we'll see.
Or come back towards the end of the week. I'm trying to push you guys to the end.
I'll try and make it up there when I can.
All right. Anything else you want to talk to her about?
No.
All right. All right. Does anybody want to go to the carnival at all, other than the two who already went? I'll take that. I'll take that as
no, not really. Artemis is head down and researching and doing other stuff. So
I'll take that as a no. No, it's fine. It's fine.
I might want to take a break at some point and go see that Demeter tent.
Okay, so we'll come back to you. We'll say you do that on the 5th.
Silva wants to spend the rest of the week collecting the rest of the things she needs.
Okay, so let's move to the 5th. You make a potion of healing by the end of the 5th.
Okay.
Potion of healing. A legit one. And you either need to pay 50 GP or utilize some of your store of stuff. So if you wish to use one of your petals, you can do that instead.
I will do that instead.
Okay.
Does it matter which one I use? Let's see, healing was.
Yeah,
I'll get it.
It's like a petal or the cinder petal.
The Valaris Tears?
Yeah.
Okay. Or cinder pillars.
I thought it was a cinder petal. No, cinder petal is fire. You used that as part of the poison thing because you were trying to burn out the disease. So
Valaris Tears, I have create healing potions faster. So that
Valaris Tears.
Like it.
Yep.
Okay.
You only have to use one of the doses of those, but that basically means you don't have to spend 50 gold pieces if you don't want to.
Yes.
All right,
I do not.
That will do that. Sealgair, holy cow! Suddenly could not remember names. You come and you need to spend a silver piece to get into the Kalen's Mysteries. All right, so you want to do Demeter. Any other ones beyond that one?
I'll probably check out the main tent.
All right, so again, it's the show again. They do that again.
Yeah, I can't remember what the other ones were.
So one is a demon's head with underneath it says demon. One is a picture of a chest. Underneath it says Demeter. One is a picture of a head man with slightly smile on his face. Underneath it says Merlin. One is a dark gray man with bulbous features. Underneath the picture it says Favrik. One is a picture of a wolf head. Underneath the picture it says Katya. One is a picture of a wave of water. No text underneath that picture. One is a picture of a tiger's head that says Rakshasa. One is a picture of a brutish head. Underneath the picture it says Ekeg. One is a picture of a beautiful woman's face. Underneath the picture it says Siishi. And then the fortune teller.
I want to do Merlin, Demon, and
Merlin
if I have
is
time,
the singer.
Okay, Rakshasa.
And Demeter.
And yeah, Demeter first.
Okay, so that'll be 5 silver pieces total, including the whole thing. All right, so Demeter, you get inside. There are 2 oil lamps lighting the interior where a single chest sits in the center. After everyone is in, nothing seems to happen. Like 5 minutes, you guys wait. Nothing's happening. 10 minutes, nothing happens. Finally, though, somebody just like, I don't know what the heck's going on here. What the hell? And he goes up to the chest and is going to actually open it. And as he reaches to open it, the top flies open and teeth appear. A tongue slips out. The chest sprouts legs and backs up a little bit before hissing at the person who approached it. It then settles back into its chest form until you see a stick from behind from the flap kind of poke it. In which case it pops back up and opens again and waddles around the ring, hissing as it goes. After a few minutes, the chest settles down again, and everyone is escorted from the tent. See, John, set for you.
That
Finally
was
give you
well
a
done.
mimic.
I know I should have, but
What the heck?
that's a mimic.
It's a mimic.
Yeah, I know. I want my money back, man.
What do you want to do next? The demon.
Merlin.
Okay, so you go in and do the limbless singer. He sings. I need to check your passive perception. Attributes. Yeah, he sings. You watch the show. You notice it. It's kind of a nice show. After about 15 minutes, you're escorted back out. It's a beautiful voice, the voice of an angel.
Go to demon.
All right, the demon. You enter the tent. There's only a single oil lamp lighting this empty interior, and it's completely empty. There's no curtain or anything. After everyone is in, and about the time they start to grumble, so maybe about 5 minutes in, about being ripped off as there is nothing here, a flash of light and smoke followed by the smell of brimstone assaults your senses, and a ruby-red man with purple hair, horns, a tail, and hooves stands before you. It laughs maniacally before summoning flame across its hands, as if like in its hands itself. Its eyes flash as it throws the flame to the ground, and smoke flashes again as it appears behind you. It shouts, do you know Infernal?
Just my luck. I usually pick that language, but just my luck this time.
You did not?
I'm checking. Hang on.
Okay.
Attributes. Tellurian, Celestial, and Common.
No. Unfortunately, you do not know Infernal. So you hear a Washta, and then it says, in Common, it says, I am the one true demon, Abalax. It then teleports again, smell of brimstone coming from it, to the other side of the room where it causes fire to dance on its fingertips, all the while an evil grin on its face. It then speaks again in Infernal, and then it says in Common, begone, foolish mortals, before I feast upon you. And then it stares and stands at you people as you guys are ushered out of the tent.
Okay, then.
Too bad you didn't know
Rakshasa.
Infernal. All right, so the Rakshasa. Go inside there. There are two oil lamps and a curtain covers half the interior. After everyone is in, the curtain raises, and sitting in a chair is a bipedal tiger covered in tawny fur and black tattoos. Something is odd about the creature as it stands up from the chair, and you realize its hands are on the wrong sides. Its right hand is on its left side, its left hand is on its right side. The creature bows to you, to the entire audience, and then vanishes. Looking around, you hear a brief low chuckle is followed by a purring sound. I can't purr, sorry. And then the creature reappears on the left side of the tent. It chuckles again before hissing and then disappearing again. A low chuckle is heard a third time, and the creature appears on the right side of the tent. This time you think it actually smiles, but maybe that is just you projecting upon it, because after a moment it roars like a lion, and then suddenly is sitting in the chair once more, where it dismissively waves at you as the curtain drops. You're then escorted from the tent.
Okay. Maybe I'll go check that fortune teller real quick.
You want to do the fortune teller?
Yeah.
All right. So instead of me going through the whole thing again, you enter inside, and you can ask one question about your future.
Oh, I want to know something about what the order is going to do to me. Oh man, how do I word this? When will the order discover my betrayal?
Wow, that's pretty. All right. The female dwarf cracks an eyebrow a bit when you ask this question. She's like, "Interesting one." She does her shtick, and then she says, she looks over the thing, and you see her look at it for a long time, and then she kind of furrows her brow, and she looks up at you and she says, Not sure this answers your question. What I see here is that you are a catalyst for change. Darkness follows you. But also light. Storms swirl around you as if you, and she kind of sits back, and for the first time she notices how pale you are, and white hair you have, and various features about you. She says, it's almost as if you do not belong here. That is what I see.
Yeah, no, that doesn't really answer my question.
No, it doesn't.
Do I get a refund?
No.
I really wanted her to say they already know. That would have been awesome.
Oh, yeah.
They already know.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, okay.
Anything else?
Nope. And while after I take my break from all the reading, go back to doing some more research, I want to try to maybe, while I'm looking for references to the dude that's going to return, maybe try to find some information in between there about maybe people, what the order has done to people who have left the order, or
Okay.
that kind of thing.
All right, so you're looking through that stuff. Anybody else doing anything through the rest of the week?
No, just doing what I've been doing.
Okay.
I was just going to collect the rest of the stuff she needs.
Okay. Artemis, you're done with your potion of healing. Did you want to try to do something else?
A potion of the resist disease. Resist the
Okay, so that will take a couple days of create. All right. All right, so it gets to the 8th. So we've reached the end of the week. Silva, you need to spend 500 gold for all the stuff that you've been collecting to make the item. Which you probably still have. Not 100% sure, but you probably do. Sealgair, give me an investigation check. Artemis, you now have another potion of the fungus resistance, disease resistance. Andal, you've been practicing with those weapons. On this day, we'll get back to you in a second. I have something for you after I give what Sealgair learns. Sealgair, you do not find anything about what happens to people who leave the order. It's almost as if one of two things is the case. Either the information just is eluding you and you can't find it, or people just don't leave the order. Those are the two options that are all you think of with the 16. As far as the name you heard and the symbol, this triangle, square, circle thing, nothing. There's nothing in the archives after a week of research that has anything to do with any of that. Not in any kind of extraction report you've seen that you're able to find anything. Maybe there's something in the Forbidden archives, but nothing in these. And you're pretty confident of that. Like, you went through a lot of stuff. Your eyes are bleeding, like, kind of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so I had to take a break with Carnival.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh, okay. I guess eventually at some point I'm going to have told them that, they want me investigating this group of druids. And
okay. We will stop with what I'm about to do after this one, which is Andal. You're in the middle of doing the katas with those two weapons. Unfortunately, the place you had been doing them is where actually, you're back to where the carnival was. Because the carnival was where you were doing it. They had taken over the spot where the Havani camp was. They are now gone. They left 2 days ago. And started heading back towards the main coast, as far as you know. And you're doing those katas and things like that, and you've been feeling like you've been getting pretty decent with it. And you finish one of the poses, and in your head you hear, You are worthy. And we'll stop there for this session.
Cool.
Ox, let's go.
Nice.
I have sentient swords.
We will pick this up in probably a couple weeks. I think definitely not next week, but probably the week after that. I
See,
believe.
now I wish I had taken the packed lid thing. I wonder if I would have been able to do that. Whatever, doesn't matter.
No, your choice.
This is a memory thing, but did we ever sell the stuff we bought? We actually found in the
some
mine.
of it, yes, and some of it, no. Like things to caster, yeah. Everything, no.
Because we had like gems.
Yeah,
like 12
you guys
gems
have money
worth
and
100.
stuff. You guys have money and stuff. You haven't tried to sell it though.
Okay.
Because remember, you guys got back and you said, "Hey, let's try to do this over several weeks, so that it doesn't become obvious where it came from." Remember, you also have the money, the ancient money, and things like that, ancient gold.
Yep.
So
that's why I was just leaving a note to make sure that
you guys.
I think we've been here 2 weeks since we've been. Is it a week
more
or
than
2
that,
weeks?
It's been probably close to a month at this point.
So maybe we can get rid of some of that stuff because I could use that to
2 weeks, I think, is when you've been back.
to join a guild, baby.
So
I'm gonna be a joiner.
We will continue our story next time.